We are back to Breakdown Boys. Wade Sensei. Sensei did not record for the first 5 minutes of this show, but what you missed is Sensei.
First of all, time out. I am super happy that I noticed how early I noticed. Because I'm like, something's off, dude. I had the spidey sense. I was like,
that's good you got your spidey sense back because
we haven't been recording this way for a little bit now.
I was going to say, we've been trying to fix things. People were upset about the 2040? No, 240 frames that I was in, the pixelation that I was in. We're going to fix that. We're just trying to find different ways. We want to do this live, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and if you are on audio platforms, which you haven't been uploading to, I need to get back to doing, make sure you rate the show. Anyway, to catch everyone up, Sensei's been sick, but he now feels better. He did his Sensei cleanse, and he's all good. Yep, there it is. Jesus Christ.
It's still in progress, but yes.
Yeah, we're still trying to get to 100%. Me, on the other hand, I had an incident over the weekend, I guess you could call it that, where I went down to assist one Aiden Ross on a boxing event. Let's start from the beginning because I know everybody wants to hear about this now.
Oh, yeah. I
was asked in a very matter-of-fact way if I would come down and help with a boxing event. No real idea what I was walking into because they didn't really have a lot of answers for me.
Yep.
Because I don't think they knew, which gave me an idea as to what I was walking into, but I was hoping that I could help out, right? I accepted to go down there because you know what? I thought it would be a good opportunity. And also, I had a feeling knowing who Aiden Ross was that it probably needed somebody. And I was free the next day. It was not a big time commitment. I literally went down on Saturday, came back on Sunday. That's how bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, get the flight down there, get to Miami. Never been to Miami.
Oh, wow. That's right. You've been to Florida, but it's always
been to Florida. No, never been to Miami. It wasn't like the craziest thing. I didn't get down there and think, wow, this is happening. You know, like this is skiddly doo. This is what the kids are.
Nah, dude. It's because it's like one of those places. The version that you've overheard of seen has either been through movies or it's been too extreme.
Nah, but everybody's saying like Miami's the new LA is what everybody's saying. So maybe it was just the day I went down there. It was like bad weather.
Oh, okay.
And plus I was in a hotel. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
right. Makes sense.
Get to Miami. The Uber driver had underwear in the floor, so that was a little concerning.
What?
Yeah, bro. This dude picks me up in the Uber from the airport. There's underwear in the passenger side floor, which made me go, yeah, maybe I'm not in an Uber. I don't know what I'm in, but and then it took him a little longer to get to the hotel, and I was like, am I going to have to fight this guy? Like, am I going to have to fight for my life here?
Bro, he had underwear in the backseat on the ground?
In the backseat on the ground. I didn't even say nothing. I just kind of scooted it up. I didn't want to look at it. It was disgusting.
You had to scoot up with your foot, with your shoe?
Yeah, bro. What do you think? I picked it up and looked at it? No, I just like gotta give it a kick. I give it a is it dead kick, you know, like making sure there's nothing in there.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude. That's Miami Ubers, I guess, though. You know what I mean? This is what made me think.
Immediately. 0
Oh,
stars.
You're 1 starring? Dang. What if a man's just trying to survive? You know, maybe he forgot it was back there.
No. Listen.
I'm not going to judge the guy for what he does in his free time.
The only thing that's a reasonable answer is like the laundry fell out. You know, he went to a laundromat.
Didn't look like that, though.
Nah, see. Because why is underwear making it to the back seat like that? And an Uber, it couldn't not.
It wasn't in the back seat. It was in the back seat floor. But still, that's even more. He could be using
his Uber for something else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it couldn't. Maybe it's somebody else's dog. You know what I mean?
Sit in it, bro.
Bro, in an Uber.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that part of it, man. I need a black light on that car immediately. Yeah. And he kept talking about how he used to take again. When you've been to LA, you kind of know what signals are. So I was like, let's just get to the hotel because he was like, yeah, one of the other guys, and you could kind of hear in his voice. He was like, one of the other guys I took for an Uber ride. He said that you meet so many good people. He was like, hey, if you ever want to go out for dinner sometime, let me know. Talking about the guy that said this to him, and he goes, and I thought he was bluffing, but we went out and had a nice dinner. And I'm like, oh, that's great, man. So how far are we away from the hotel?
So we have confirmed it was definitely his underwear. Okay. Or it was another.
Or it was the other guy.
It was the other
guy, dude.
It sounds like it was one of his and the other guys.
And this is like a 60-year-old man. So again,
Man was wasting no time.
He was not wasting any time.
Going right to the back seat, dude. That's crazy.
Man said right to the back seat. I'm dead. Oh my God.
Well, he's just like, this is a little weird, bro.
I'm like, can we just get to the hotel, fam? Anyway, I get to the hotel. I had about 2 hours to kill time, and then I got invited to the place, the studio, I guess is what you call it, where they're happening. So I go there. Sensei, there's 3 state troopers.
Oh yeah.
Sitting outside the venue.
Policía, ready to go.
I was like, how do you even have the ability to call on a state trooper to protect a private residence? I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh, a little police detail?
Police is one thing. A state trooper is something completely different.
Oh, yeah, statey? I don't know how it is. Probably different in different states in terms of details.
I haven't seen a state trooper in California, so that one was a throwback to Tennessee shit, East Coast shit. Anyway, they're out there, and I was like, okay, this is good, because I assume they did it, 1, because they didn't want people coming to the place, and 2, in case, we needed EMTs, which we ended up needing. So I go into the studio spot. This thing was a compound, dog. There was like 2 Lamborghinis sitting there. There was a weight room attached to it.
Fire.
It was a beautiful weight room. You go into the place where they did the boxing, and there's this basketball court behind us. I don't know if you could see that on the stream, but there was a basketball court behind us.
Is that the kick court?
Yeah, it's like a kick court type deal. Kick sponsors pretty much everything in there, steak, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a massive Kobe. You would have loved this. There's a massive Kobe mural on like one of the sides of the wall.
That's dope.
And Aiden's obviously a big Kobe fan, so he put it there. Yep. He put Kobe as his GOAT. No, I think he was LeBron and then Kobe and then Mike is what he said.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm crazy, but I was like, all right, bro, what are we doing? But rest in peace, Kobe. Anyway, let's get to the part where everybody wants to talk about.
I want to know exactly, because I know I can think, like I can imagine what you were going through, and like in those
it was so nerve-wracking, dog.
When I saw when he saw, oh no, like,
it was so nerve-wracking.
But
I was terrified. So I get there. They had things laid out, but had no idea how to do what they wanted to do, essentially. I've noticed this a couple of times where I show up to something. This happened when I went to do the live stream with Jake. I got there, and Jake's people were like, so how are we going to do this live stream? I was like,
what?
I mean, what do you mean? They're like, oh, how do you want to do it? I was like, okay, we could do this. Yeah, we don't have the equipment for that. I was like, oh. So I'm up there scrambling in Logan's studio, ripping stuff out of his studio to use for there. I put it back. Don't worry, everybody.
Wild.
But so I get there, and they had mouthpieces that hadn't been opened, which is good. But I was like, these haven't been form fit. Like, I guess we could just pop in a regular mouthpiece, but do we have anywhere to boil water so we can get these things formed to people's teeth?
Yeah.
They had 1 pair of 12-ounce gloves, 1 pair of 14-ounce gloves, and thank God that I took the time to I had to go, like me and one of Aiden's people had to get under the ring and they just bought a bunch of stuff. They didn't, obviously. And they had a 16 that I had to like mismatch, some Hayabusas. I was like, thank God.
Those are tight though too. Even the 16s.
I know, even the 16s. They didn't have any hand wraps. So I was like, okay, well, at least the Hayabusas have, the Hayabusas have the pull strap and then you go over the top. I was like, at least they have that.
They're solid.
And they said nothing about headgear. And I was like, no, dude, we have to. And they're like, you know how it is with the influencer stuff. No, it looks cool if they're not doing the headgear. I was like, no, we have to do this. We have to. And they're like, we want to make sure it looks, good on camera. And I'm like, I get it. And it'll look fine. But we have to do headgear. So I convinced, I was like, this is your first one. The last thing you want to do is leave people thinking you don't give a shit about this. And not having anyone want to come back. I'm trying everything I can to convince them to put the headgear on at this point. I'm like,
I know too. You're like, bro.
Dude, I'm sitting there going, if we don't do this, I'm going to be, 1, it's going to happen. Someone's going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Because they're not trained. And 2, I can't be a part of this.
Right.
So I'm like, I've flown down here. I need you guys to listen to me, please.
The walkout would have been kind of dope too. You know what I'm saying, for the
Yeah, right.
Wade storms out.
Yeah, Wade storms out. So anyway, I convinced him to do it, right? Convince him to use the headgear. And then we get started, and I just started noticing that people were taking their shoes off. And I was like, why? And
I saw some of that too in the highlights that people were barefoot.
Yeah, that started to happen that way. And I thought it was just they were just choosing to do it. And I was like, all right, whatever. You want to take your shoes off, it's fine. But I was like, what? And then I asked Aiden, I was like, why does everyone have their shoes off? Because no one said anything before we started. I just started to notice it.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's not what you do? And I went, oh, no.
What is Aiden?
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. So we did have a guy that was our referee that was experienced. Yep. He was a coach at a local gym nearby.
Okay.
And
he seemed like he was with it. So
he was with it. He was with it. Shout out to him. It was just trying to get, because they were like, okay, we're going to do 1.5 minutes for 5 rounds. I was like, 5 rounds? I was like, these guys aren't going to go 2 rounds at 1.5 minutes. Or no, it was 1:15. I was like, you may want to go 1 minute for like 3 rounds. And he's like, no, I want to. I'm like, it's not going to go. Like,
it's not going to go.
It's not going to go till the 5th round. They're going to be dead tired. And that's what you saw
also,
with most of it.
It gets more dangerous then too.
And then fools are swinging like whatever is left in the tank. And that's what you saw. Those two things that we just said is what you saw. You saw dudes that were dead tired, and then grappling, and then wanting to street fight, and then you saw dudes swinging for the bleachers.
Yeah.
So the first one went well enough. They did the little, and they were essentially, I don't know the weight for anybody. There's no anything.
There was no
just. I looked in. No, there's nothing. I looked at a piece of paper, and there were names like Schnags, Cuff'em, Dados, Das, a bunch of kick streamers essentially, right? Random names.
How did they get matched up? Just randomly? Like similar?
They apparently all had beef, from what I understood.
Oh wow! So we were settling beef in there. That makes sense. That makes more sense by the way they.
That's what Aiden explained to me. And by the way, I know that Aiden's not an expert in this, and I don't want to put him in a position to make it seem like I'm over here like, he has no idea, which is why I was trying to help out. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he reached out to you. That was good.
Yeah. I just and I'll say this: I just failed to do my part. In the most, I just should have been more assertive at certain parts, I think. But
yeah, because we get into that knockout one.
Yeah, we'll talk. Let's go to that. So we're talking headgear for everybody, and then all of a sudden, these two fools go, "We don't want headgear." I was like, "Well, we should put the headgear on them." Nah, we don't want headgear, and this is Aiden's stream. I guess he makes an executive decision there, no headgear, and I was like, "I don't condone to this. This is not something I support."
Was this the first? Not the first. Was it
no,
the
no.
first?
We had a couple, I think, before this happened.
But this is the first one without headgear.
The only one without headgear.
Oh no!
The only one that went without headgear. And Sensei, this kid, fucking, I thought murdered him. He hit him so hard with a right hand.
Boom.
The kid went stiff, and of course, you're not
12?
dealing.
Yeah, 12 ounce, 14.
No, they were 16s. Hit him with a 16-ounce glove.
Yeah.
And I was like, I threw, because they kept trying to bring the 14s, and I was like, kept putting them, like shoving them under the ring, and like, we're not using these shits, bro. So he put the kid out cold, right? And immediately he's celebrating, going crazy, and I'm sitting there like, oh no, this is the worst thing that can happen. Yeah. The worst. And he, again, I'm not going to, like, the kid doesn't know. He's obviously super hyped on adrenaline. And I'm not to mention that there's beef, apparently, going into it. He's over and he's talking to the kid. And the poor coach is trying to just get the kid, like, get his mouth guard out, let him breathe, get his hand under his head, lift his legs.
Yep.
You can't pick him up because he's out cold, but try to get him to a position where he can start to breathe again. And he's got this kid on his back. And I have to get up from the table. I don't remember the guy's name. I was like, hey, get your ass over here. What are you doing? And I'm starting to get upset. Right. And I'm trying to like not get to the point where I'm causing a scene. And I'm like, just sit right here and shut up for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around and I'm trying to, get a chair for the kid because they keep trying to lift him up. He finally comes to, and I'm like,
oh my God.
Stop lifting him up. I was like, let's just put him in it. Like, let's sit him in a
chair. Thank
God
you were there, bro.
This is the thing. It's like, because Eden had like some police officers and stuff there, which are trained, in EMT work and but we had to get the EMT from outside. So before he was even in the venue, people are trying to like, you know how it is when something happens, people are like all over the place. Let me, and I'm like, let's sit him down. I'm trying to let's sit him down. Let's make sure he keeps his head up, chest up. Let's let him breathe. And finally, we get him into the chair. He's sitting there. And at this point, dude, I'm just like, I can't do this. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was saying, was that the moment you were like,
oh yeah, no, this is the moment
damn
where
it,
I went,
Sensei,
no.
I shouldn't have came to this.
Yeah, no, because I texted you after and I was like, I should not have come and done this.
That was the flip moment right there.
Yeah, 100%. The flip moment was when they just decided they weren't going to wear headgear, and I was like, okay, well, I should leave. You know?
Yeah.
And I got put, and I shouldn't say I got put. I put myself in a position where I just should not have been, quite honestly. But so after that happens, we go off camera because it took a while.
If you're not there, they don't fight with headgear, and they probably fight with 12s.
To be honest, they probably would have fought with mismatched gloves.
Right, without headgear, bro.
Without headgear, and
barefoot
probably
the whole time.
Without the
5 rounds, 2 minutes, no mouthpieces. Who would have known what happened on those earlier fights too? You know.
So we have this meeting off camera.
I saw that actually. I was there for that. I was like, yo, what? And I saw that you guys at.
So
let's do a little power
Aiden
out.
is trying to figure out and again, the kid is wanting to create content, and I'm not going to sit here and bash him, whatever. But there was a discussion about let's just remove all the headgear, and I'm like, no, we just saw what happened. We can't do that.
Why would they? Wait, time out.
Because at the moment, there was a discussion about, and I'm not going to point out names or nothing like that, but there was a discussion about the headgear. Some people wanted it, some people, mainly me, wanted it, and some people didn't.
Oh, you wanted it, and then they were like, "Yo, this was hype, so let's remove all the headgear."
And I'm trying, and I know that, and even on the stream, I know I was the bad guy for like, everybody was like, "Oh, take the headgear off," and we were just sitting there, and I was like, "We can't do this. Keep them in headgear, please. Keep them in headgear."
People don't understand. Like, these guys were not tested. They didn't get the physicals done to make sure they were healthy enough to do this. Right? That's why when you're training, you wear headgear, you do all that stuff. Because
any spar you walk into, it's going to be that. Unless someone is preparing for a fight, and even then, mostly, you're going to be wearing head guards, dog.
Yes,
spar.
in a gym, because the gym has to protect himself also because you're going to get hurt in there.
Exactly.
Only when you're going into a fight where you've been tested and you've been okayed to actually compete in this type of event that's this dangerous, because we don't know the background ailments of these kids. Did they sign anything, by the way, like a waiver?
They did. They signed a waiver when they came in.
I pretty much they signed like
to obviously if anything
happens,
you're signing that you understand the risk involved with what you're about to do, type thing.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. That's why you're getting into dangerous waters there. So
they finished it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was not good. And I knew it. I felt super, super bad. Again, I'm not here to. I appreciate Aiden thinking of me to come down. I appreciate, because I don't think there was any malintent behind anything.
No. I think they want.
I just think it's just
let's get a guy who knows what he's doing.
Let's get a guy who knows what he's doing, and we want to put on an event. And when those things collide and things aren't wrapped up in a bow and really gone through, and everybody's on the same page, then something like this can happen. And it's unfortunate because I even the guy that did it, he was like, I feel so bad, man. Like you just, it's one of those things you can't overlook after it happens. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback with it, but it sucked. And I said that I was on Twitter after, and I know, because here's the thing. I have to take full ownership of that because I am the safety guy. I am the guy that's like, no, we need to be doing this right. And so for me to be involved with something like that, I understood where a lot of people, and I saw it as soon as I got done, and I knew it was coming. Yeah. Everybody being like, look at this hypocrite. Look at this guy. What a phony. What a fraud. You know what I mean? And I have to own that. It was a terrible decision.
Bro, phony is crazy because phony is one thing. Like, what are you going to do? Leave? You get to a certain point where you're not in control of it. It's one thing, bro. If you're in control of something, I know it's tough. When you say you don't, and this is just an argument for anything. When someone says, I don't want to be a part of something. Yeah. There's one thing of not being a part of something. And also being like, I have clearly not okayed this. And I'm going with it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at a party and people are doing stuff, but I got some of my people there and I'm like worried, I go, I don't want to be a part of this. Then I just leave them there? Or do I? Right. But if that was different, if I'm like, doing everything with them.
Right.
If I'm doing the drugs side by side, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, that's just a lot different. Where, if you were like, I say we do, forget the headgear, it's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. So that would be hypocritical.
Right. Well,
you were still standing on what it was, but you're just now. What do? Do you leave?
I just shouldn't have
to stand on your morals.
I know that's the problem. Is like if I leave, it probably gets worse. And not because of any malintent, just because of what it is that they know going into there.
You were like, you shouldn't be doing this,
Yeah, and some people also thought that I was compromising morals to get paid. I didn't get paid to do it. I went down there, free essentially. Like I didn't pay for my flight, but there was no monetary value in me going down to do that. So yeah, I think that's where I leave it, man. I'm sorry to my community because let's be honest, if it wasn't me down there and this happened, I would be pointing the finger. I would be. And I'd be like, this isn't safe. So I have to be able to own up to this as a man and be like, listen, I fucked that one up. That one's on me. And I won't do it again. So apologies, everybody. I'm sorry about that. And just won't happen again. Let's just, never do that ever again.
Yeah, I got the text after. I shouldn't have been there. I was like, good. In my head, I'm like, good thing you were there, bro. Because it would have went 10 times worse. And it's not like, bro, it's different because it wasn't like you were equal power where you could have changed the event. Actually, as a matter of fact, you did change the event. So
yeah, I did my best too.
This man's hiding gloves to make sure they don't, making sure they're boiling their mouthpieces. This man's a soccer mom, dude. Yeah. Making sure everybody make sure you got your lunch boxes.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said, I wanted to do what I could, but yeah, man, that was interesting. The flight back was a lot worse. Talking about, everything after the fact because I felt like shit for this whole situation. And then I get on the plane, dude. And it's one of these planes, right? Where you got the three sides and then or the 3 seats on one side, 3 seats on the other side. When you go international and there's 3, 3, and 3? That was the type of plane we got on to go from Miami back to Los Angeles.
Oh, damn. That's only when we go to the UK.
That's British Airways, right?
Type deal.
Yeah. So I get sat next to this guy, man. And this dude, listen, I understand people are excited when they get on planes, and it doesn't feel like he had been on many. But, dude, 6 hours of just chatteroony.
No.
Yes, brother. And I'm working off maybe 3-4 hours of sleep because you know how your boy gets, man. When I'm overthinking something, when something's in my head and I can't shake it, it's just like I can't sleep. I'm up here.
I know. You're overthinking it.
So this fool talking about everything in the world, buddy, and I wasn't ready to hear it. Luckily, at a certain point, I finally was like, "Excuse me, sir. I know that this is great for you. You're having a good time on the plane and everything. I'm just going to need it because we're probably at hour 45 left in the flight, and he hadn't stopped.
Damn.
And I can't get out because I got a window seat. You know what I'm saying? I can't move.
You know what it was? He was the other guy in the Uber before you that went out to dinner with your mans.
Yeah, bro. If he would have talked about some kind of Uber seat, I would have been outie. And finally, I was like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm just going to need an hour 45 of just, I'm going to do my thing." Because I can't be the guy that like puts the earpiece in while you're talking to be disrespectful. And I've tried every trick in the book at that point. Man, trust me, I know. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. He's not letting go. He just keeps firing back on me. Even if I'm turning the shoulder to him, if I'm Philly shelling the guy, he's still there. I don't have no defense for this. It's the first time I've never had a defense.
Damn. Especially if he went for you're talking multiple hours, he's locked in, bro. He's committed.
You know how you give those little pauses, right, in your talks? Like, okay, conversation ends. Cool. This is now my out to go and do my thing.
Yeah, nah, bro.
He would be like 5-10 seconds maybe, take a breath.
He's cutting the ring off. He's cutting the ring off.
He's cutting the ring.
Get over here.
He's cutting the ring and he's popping me with the jab, son. So I couldn't. And finally, you
didn't hit him with the bathroom break? You didn't hit him nothing?
Dude, I tried. I went like 2 or 3 times during the flight. I come back down. It was like it gave him more time to think of more stuff to say.
What about a movie? No? You didn't put a movie on?
How do I put the movie on and stop him from talking? I'm like playing with a thing. He's just going.
You got to go like this. Listen, man, I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite movies. You can watch it with me if you want. But I gotta watch this. I told my wife that I would, you know what I'm saying? That I would watch it.
I gotta make up a wife now.
Yeah, we gotta catch up. You know what I mean? But
That's a smart one. Actually,
it was nice meeting you. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you right after this. Bam. Hey, one of those.
Finally, I'm not a person that deals with those kind of things unless I just have to be direct. I was like, sir, we got an hour 45 left. I looked on my phone. Trust, I got the Wi-Fi. I bought it. You've been talking to me for 5 hours. I need to just, zone out for a second. And I'm just going to listen to some of my podcasts.
What do you say to that?
He went, I felt bad because it felt like I hurt his feelings.
No. What do you say?
He went, oh, okay. All right. Well, it was nice meeting you. And I was like, and you know how he didn't say it like in an excited way. He said it like in a, damn.
No, listen. People like that, this is a note to everybody out there.
He was like, oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you.
But guys, people like this, not just guys, but people like this.
Was a guy, though.
They don't mind if you redirect them. They don't take it personal. I'm telling you, I'm like
Why'd
this.
He hit me with that? Why'd he hit me with that?
No, he said it, but I'm saying this. He may say it in the moment, but then he's on to the next thing, bro.
To be fair, when we got up, we're getting up, everybody's packing their stuff up. This motherfucker locked into another conversation with somebody like right here.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. So I know people like this. I'm like him. I'm not the 5 hours, but I can be like him. What happens is we get locked in on a certain thing, but we redirect quick. It doesn't take a lot from us. We don't take it personal when attention is taken because we know we can get it somewhere else. It's a subconscious thing. But people who are talkers, we do not mind. If someone's talking for a long time, if you do what you did, hey, man, I appreciate it. They're going to go, oh, yeah, no worries. Then, bro, as soon as you say that, for a moment, and then they're scanning.
He didn't say anything to me, to be fair, after I said it.
No, they ain't gonna take it personal. I bet you right now, I was like, that was a great guy, dude, on the plane and talked to him.
I was trying my best,
we forget about that. I'm telling you, because there's so tunnel vision. It's tunnel vision. Then as soon as it's gone, hey, so by the way, what's on to the next thing? But they will not stop unless you tell them. They won't.
Facts.
They see no signs, bro. All signs are gone.
And I'm like the complete opposite. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone ever on these planes. It's just not my thing. I don't, Anyway.
Me too.
I get back home, right? We had some playoff football. Actually, playoff football going on while we're talking right now. But Sensei, let's recap one time for the once. We watched some of the craziest performances in the NFL this week. Let's start with C.J. Stroud, a.k.a. my boy C.J. Stroud, absolutely shrouding the Cleveland Browns.
It's a dub for me.
That's 1-0-U. That performance, is this kid the best rookie quarterback that's ever played? Don't get me, I know Dan Marino is that guy, but I don't think I've seen a rookie play better.
Damn.
I didn't get to watch Dan. I can watch him retrospectively in highlights. I don't think I have seen a rookie play better.
Who else is on the list? Who are we talking
Cam
about?
Cam had a great rookie year, but didn't go deep into the playoffs. I don't even think he made the playoffs. Maybe he did, but got bounced. I'm sure there's others, but I can't think of anybody having this level of success this early.
Damn. I like it. That's my guy. But I tell you.
Dude, did you see some of the throws he was making under pressure? Diamond, cover 2 window goes, boom.
Poise. The man is, as a rookie, that I'm telling you, he's not just an athlete. The man loves the X's and O's. He's one of the smartest kids ever. This is what coaches talk about him. This is what the people say, right? Yeah. But he's got crazy poise.
Yeah, bro. Did you see what he said on Pat McAfee? After they beat the Colts?
No, what do you say?
He beat the Colts, and McAfee's like, hey, listen, just going to let you know, those Browns coming to town. Joe Flacco, experienced Super Bowl winner. Everybody's saying you're not going to make it. He was, we're underdogs? Oh, okay, cool. It's like, we'll see. He got a little bit of that about him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, ice in his veins. That's awesome.
And I saw something cool. He was doing like tri-sport warm-ups. You saw that? He was like shooting a basketball in his warm-up. He was like swinging as like a rubber bat looking thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what that. I saw what's his name was doing that too. Mahomes. It looked a little different.
I love it. It's because these kids are multi-sport athletes growing up, and it does help them as they get into football stay fluid, right? And again, for him, it's just a routine thing. But it looked cool to me, and it reminded me of like why multi-sport athletes succeed. because they can.
Facts.
They're malleable. You know what I'm saying? You can have them do a lot of different things. But yeah, dude, he went for something crazy like 270 and 3 tutties. They ran the ball well. The Browns unfortunately ran into a case of Joe Flunco. As Joe threw back-to-back pick sixes, son. The first one, you get no excuse from it. In the pocket, under pressure, you're 38, a decade veteran in the league, and you throw up an absolute duck to nobody.
Well, I said too good to be true.
At some point, it was going to come crashing down.
This is the Joe Flacco story was fantastic, and the Browns story, but this is where it ended. You know what I'm saying? Come off the couch, do what he did. Got a little, Jeremy Lin action going on, a little insanity.
The problem with Joe has always been his turnovers. One of the problems. But one of the big problems has always been he has been a turnover machine in big moments, right? Yeah. And this was even happening during the regular season. It was just they weren't paying for it in the way they paid for it. Like, you can't turn the ball over twice, damn near 3 times, 2 of them pick sixes, and expect to win a playoff game on the road. Can't happen.
Sounds like Madden.
Cannot happen. Exactly. Cannot happen. But I genuinely thought the story of the game was C.J. Stroud now, start of the game, throws the screen pass for the tutty, throws the dink and dunk 70-yarder that takes it 70 yards after he completes it, 7 yards to 70.
Yep.
And then they start to let him go down the field. You know what I'm saying? You open up with a young quarterback that needs to get a little bit under the belt, his first playoff game at home. Let's get him warmed up. Let's get him into the game. Yep. Not that he needed it, but it was great to see him get comfortable throw by throw. Fantastic game. They are going to be playing the Baltimore Ravens, son. We making picks right now? Let's do it.
Ooh, picks right now?
Yeah, might as well. All the playoffs are going to be set by the time we get done with this.
Where are they playing? In Baltimore, I assume?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with CJ, bro. I jumped on that train. I probably won't stay on it the whole way. But
this is the test, though. You realize this. Now, granted, the Browns had, I think, statistically, the #1 defense in the NFL, but
yeah,
you're going into the best team in football's backyard, dude. This isn't your home game. Lamar is perennial MVP candidate, defense top 5.
I know, but it's football.
They're hot.
You know what I'm saying? When the team that's hot, the team that got the bye, he's supposed to win everything. You got the MVP candidate.
I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close game.
I agree.
But I think that Baltimore pulls this out. I think the young kid's going to have to learn one time on the road a bit of that sophomore slump, freshman kind of fear type thing. Go into an environment that, again, we don't think he's going to have any problem with the composure. Just repeated success on the road environment against that level of team. The Browns, like you said, great story. But how long was it going to keep going? The Ravens have kept this thing going at the best clip in the league.
Yeah, they're balling.
Out of control. And they're hard to stop when Lamar's throwing the ball down the field. He's got Zay Flowers, got OBJ on offense. When they're throwing the ball down the field, completing it, and they're running the ball, impossible. I'm going to go, don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Give me 28-24, Baltimore.
What was the Houston game?
Good Lord, 45-14. 2 pick sixes.
That's tough. That's tough too. Coming off a giant win too. Sometimes you got too much confidence.
Yeah, man. What are you saying?
$34-27.
34-27. Texans, huh? It might have to be that kind of game for them to win. Little shootout.
They got to put over 30. They got to put up over 30.
Little shootout where they take advantage of that Baltimore defense.
I just feel like OBJ might catch one and try to get busy and fumble or something, trying to do too much.
Or Lamar trying to do too much. Listen, he's had a little bit of a record in the playoffs of trying to do too much, right? That's been a little bit of the story for Lamar Jackson. So, I don't even mind that pick at all.
Houston might get a turnover, work in their favor, a little momentum action,
Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's go to the next game that happened that night. Chiefs and Dolphins.
Ice Bowl.
Fourth coldest game ever played.
My boy Tua locked up. Tyreek Hill locked up. Everybody locked up.
Taylor Swift was swag surfing in the press box. The whole crowd was into it, and it wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't. It was not
you see Patty Mahomes figure skating before the game?
Yeah, bro. He was saucy out there. There you go.
They were doing some. Did you see what he was doing? Some basketball stuff going on.
Yeah, I told you. I love these multi-sport guys, dude. Patty Mahomes could have been an NBA or MLB baseball player.
Someone was making fun of his walk. I forget who it was, though.
Oh, you like that walk?
Somebody mocked him.
You like a little bit of the zest.
Little waddle to it.
You know what I'm saying? A little shrug
crazy.
to it.
That's crazy.
A little bit of I'm late, but I'm getting there to it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of attitude, gratitude.
The head tilt's crazy.
So, yeah, like I said, it wasn't a pretty game, but it was what the Chiefs needed to do, man. Like, listen, you're playing in below zero temperatures. Nothing's going to be perfect. I'll tell you what, though, that first drive, they came out and made a statement. Rashee Rice over the middle. Big time play. Took it to the crib on a nice drag route. The Dolphins on the other side of this could not get going. And you could say one of two things. It's an indictment on Tua Tagovailoa almost exclusively, or you could say that the Chiefs' defense and that pass rush was getting to him, weather obviously a factor, and just a lack of rhythm on offense. I think it's a combination of both.
The Miami, I can't remember because this is part of when I was sick, but were they missing Waddle and Mostert?
No. Waddle was there. Mostert's out.
Mostert was out, but Waddle was there.
Yeah,
Is he 100% though?
80-ish is what they were saying going in.
80. See, it's tough because Miami is like, and this brings me to something else I want to talk about after, but Miami reminds me a bit like the Greatest Show on Turf.
Yeah.
In space, explosive offense, rely on that a little bit.
Right. Down the field threat, explosive athletes.
Q,
Torrey Holt,
kind of stuff.
Marshall Faulk.
Not necessarily in between the tackles.
Kurt Warner, let it fly, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Problem is,
amazing.
You got to have someone to let it fly, Sensei.
No, I know, yes, but now when you play an ice bowl, Tyreek isn't Tyreek anymore, right? Waddle isn't Waddle anymore. I mean, Mostert, speed and space and change of direction, these type of things that they've relied on, which can erase some of the things that your quarterback can't do.
Yep.
All of a sudden,
different.
Your guys aren't the same anymore. If we're relying on a guy that's relying on speed, I would love it if I'm playing DB and now I got to play Tyreek, but we on skates.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is the best day ever. You know what I'm saying? Now we're doing RPOs, his ride and read stuff. Now with the in the ice game it's just not the same.
It's a good point.
You know what I mean? So that I feel like this benefited the Chiefs tremendously. You know,
but the Chiefs,
I don't feel like we didn't get a chance to see Miami at his best. Like Miami in a freaking indoor would be the best. You know, Miami outdoor and ice, the worst. I'm sure it makes a difference at the end of the scoreboard, but damn,
I'm sure Miami has more success on offense without the ice. But listen, you still had Tyreek being Tyreek for at least a drive, right? He had two big plays on one drive. He took one like 20 yards, then Tua underthrows him on a 40-yard bomb, and then he gets under it, makes a guy miss, shake and bake, goes to the crib, right? So Tyreek, I don't think was the problem. The problem was implementing something to get him the ball. And just like you said, Miami is a bit one-dimensional. Mostert's not there. What they rely on in their passing game is a lot of timing routes, a lot of short to intermediate routes that Tua can get the ball out quickly to, get it to your athlete, go.
Right.
Or let's get over the top with it, bomb city. You take away that short to intermediate and you're just running verticals, you become so one-dimensional. It's tough, man. The crossing patterns weren't there. Guys were sitting in zones, and it was just a suffocation. Tua holding on to the ball too long. Not to be, one, yes, because of the defense. Two, maybe a little bit of decision-making issues there, but that's been Tua.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, not a very pretty game, but the Chiefs did what they had to do. Now, you can't take away from Miami's defense, who made that same Chiefs offense they went for, I think they made 4 field goals straight.
Yeah.
And then came back with a touchdown late. Isaiah Pacheco with his cartoon form running.
Man runs angry.
I'm telling you this, though, man. I'm not sold on the Chiefs being back to championship form.
Yeah.
I still think there's some issues in timing in that offense. I think there's some rhythm issues. I don't think that they have an identity when it comes down to we need to go finish a drive right now. Right? And that's been the story all year. And to be honest, that's been the story, though. Like, that's been the entire issue. It's like, well, the Chiefs' offense don't look like the Chiefs' offense. For whatever reason, you could say that maybe the scheme has been found out. Maybe it's make Patty sit back there and pat the ball 45 times, make him run around and do all the trickery. If he can't make these first throws and you make him hold on to that ball, he is liable to make a decision that goes, oh no. Right? So I'm interested. Because who they have coming up, Sensei, is a team we're about to talk about in a second, the Buffalo Bills.
But wait. Actually, Buffalo, this is on topic. Kurt Warner said, I wanted to hear you this topic because have you played in a snow game or an ice bowl before?
Yep.
Ice game?
Yep.
What was the lowest you played?
Nothing below 0, no. I would say like 15, 10.
Yeah, I played in a single digits.
Yeah.
Ice on the ground, blizzard.
Yeah.
Like where it was grass, so there was no. It was just literally ice rocks.
Yeah.
It felt like the dirt.
It'll literally cut you up when you fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slice.
Kurt Warner said that they should get rid of it. All games that are in cold or weather, whatever, should be played in a dome.
Kurt's had some weird takes, man.
Who
lately.
was the quarterback of the greatest show on turf, which is obviously They played in a dome. They played indoors.
Yeah.
Right. They wore freaking sneakers on that damn turf.
Yeah, AstroTurf, son.
Yeah, AstroTurf. What are your thoughts on that? The NFL, because he said it's not fair, right? It's not. You don't get to find out who's the better team because what his point was, if like for example, the Rams, they're playing in the dome all year, they're playing certain teams, then they got to go play New England, or they got to go play New York, or go play Buffalo or whatever.
Right.
And they've been used to that. They get acclimated. There's no way that they can get acclimated or they can get prepared for that kind of weather. Their body, everything. There's nothing they can do.
Right.
So that gives. I understand a home field advantage, but that's supposed to be crowd and like lack of travel. But the weather part of it becomes such an extreme. Not for every team, but for teams
in the Northeast and teams in the Midwest. Yeah.
Right. Who don't play that. What do you say to that? Because he kind of makes a point, but what do you say to that? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
I say bullshit. That's what I say.
Kurt
Warner, to be honest, like there's a point to be made for, we don't play in this. But here's the thing. If you're playing on AstroTurf 6 games a year, I guess now 8, 9 games a year, the same argument can be made where these guys play on grass every game at home. And you're making them come and play on turf that they don't prepare for. Depending on the type of turf, if you're a dome turf, like which no one has AstroTurf anymore, but if you have a field like Tennessee, which is an open stadium but plays on turf, and their turf isn't pellet turf, it's fucking coconut something turf. Bro, I don't know. I heard this when I was down there in Nashville. You're always going to have to prepare for a different element to the stadium that you've played at home in. And part of football is preparing for the unknown, the elements.
Yeah, football is like if it's like the bare minimum, like requirements for weather.
It's the elements are part of the game.
Fact.
Have been forever. If you take away elements of the game, you might as well take face masks off the helmet. You might as well take helmets off completely. It doesn't make any sense to me to go, just because we don't play in this thing's half of the year, then we shouldn't have to play in it when it gets rough. It's part of the game.
Did you actually hear about though how much they changed the weather on the field?
They changed like with heaters and stuff? What do you mean?
Bro, in the field, right? So
and also, you could probably heat the ground. I don't know if they
what was the temperature? No, they do, bro. I don't know if you saw this. They have giant boilers underneath the field.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what it was, how cold it was. Or was it negatives?
And yesterday, it was probably wind chill. They said like -20 or something.
Okay, it was upwards, I think, to 50 to 60 degrees on the sideline and 40 something on the field.
Stop complaining.
No. So this is what I'm saying though. That wasn't like that back then though.
In the 70s and 60s, you had dudes getting hypothermia and
that's
frostbite.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be getting hypothermia and frostbite. That's what I'm saying is
that's
now
fine.
that you're outdoors. But literally, they said at certain parts it was like 70 degrees on the sideline.
You just can't you can't
if
take
you're doing
away
70. If you're doing 70 degrees, if you're doing 40, 50 degrees, then essentially we're playing.
No, because you also
have
similar weather, but you also have the moisture of the outside air, right? You have potentially precipitation falling, the ball changing because of that. Like all these things are factors. You're essentially going, let's take everything that makes outdoor football difficult away. No, dude. play the game the way it's supposed to be played. I'm not even going to sound.
I wouldn't be the guy to do it because I think it's dope in the part of football. But I wouldn't.
It's so dope. I would be upset. I would be Karen in that shit. I would be the fucking finger wagging because, bro, if we're gonna do that,
you got an ice bowl and it's -7, and they're like, nah, we're gonna play indoors in perfect weather. I'd be like, fantastic.
No, bro, no. I want my ice games. I want snow on the ground. I want to see an offense have to deal with something.
No, I'm not saying see. I'm talking about playing.
Okay, playing it for sure. Fine. If you want to go, oh yeah, I want to, have the most pristine deals, but. You as a team though, but as a team,
if I'm getting ready to play, I'm like, oh, bro, because I'm playing Northeast.
Some teams take pride in that stuff, man. Some teams take pride in the weather they play in. Example. Yeah. When I was in college, we went up and played freaking Wisconsin, I think, or no,
yep.
We did play Wisconsin, but Montana or something like that, Montana State something. Motherfuckers were coming out there in short sleeves, dog. It was like 10-0. I don't know. We were like, let's get back on the bus. The difference in mentality was crazy. Yeah. We were like, we want to get back on the bus. They're like, yeah, come see us.
So you were Kurt Warner is what we saying.
Oh, yeah, I was shivering. I was like, fuck all that. But I understand the importance of it. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm saying it as a player. Nah,
as
a
fan,
all that. Yeah, I love it. As a player, I'm like, nah, bro, let's heat it up, son.
Nah.
Let's go down to Florida. Let's play a nice game.
But again, though, like I said, some of these guys, bro, they love that shit. Love it. Offensive linemen, you think they're going to go, yeah, let's go. Nah, bro. They're like, yeah, come on. In the trenches with it.
Facts, way easier to block.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but
that was no. Yeah, QB no bueno. So that was that. But then we had we just had this one today as we're recording. The Bills and the Steelers. Bit of a one-sided game. Bills came out on fire, 21-0. The Steelers had a little trouble getting it going on offense. Started to get it going a little bit toward the end of the half. Mason Rudolph. Like I said, an offense that wasn't producing a lot throughout the year. They were scoring less than they were scored on. Solid defense, but TJ Watt was out. Yes, I said that. A playoff team was getting scored on more than they were putting points on the board. Somehow they made the playoffs.
And TJ out. GG.
TJ out. That was pretty much GG. Josh Allen Josh Allen looked like an absolute monster tonight.
Throwing dots. And you see what happens is, are you a sleeveless guy or a sleeves guy in the winter?
I'm a sleeves guy. I'm not an idiot.
This is what I'm saying. This is how you know, because like Tyreek and Tua, you saw that they were talking about, we're not wearing sleeves because it's not a part of our mentality. Then you look at Josh Allen,
sleeve guy.
Guys in the Bills, they're wearing sleeves.
Sleeve guy.
When you trying to psych yourself up,
that's when it goes wrong.
That's your first L right there. That's how you know it's genius.
That's when it goes wrong.
Bundle up. I'm wearing hoodies. I'm wearing winter gloves, a scarf, all that under it.
All that, dude.
All of it.
But Josh Allen
throwing darts.
Dude, he was throwing dots. He was having a fantastic game. Not only through the air, you saw the 52-yard run. Throwing motherfuckers. Like, get off me. There's not a person built like him at his position. I don't remember the last guy. Cam Newton? Who was the last guy built like him, can run like him? Andrew Luck?
I was just about to say. I said Luck is the only guy. If Luck was as crazy as him,
that's the thing. It's like Andrew Luck without a Stanford degree.
Yeah, if it was like, my first thing that came to mind was Andrew Luck.
It's like Andrew no luck. Actually, to be fair, Josh Allen pretty fucking lucky. But this guy is. I've said it. We said it the last time in our podcast. He is one of the best talents, maybe the best talent in the National Football League. He is incredibly talented, gifted from God himself, 6'5", 250, whatever it is, can throw on a dot, zip lines, and if he needs to, I'm going to run a motherfucker over and go to the crib with it.
Yeah, one of those guys is just like agile and athletic and got agility for his size.
Freak.
It's just weird.
He's playing tight end in every era of football before the 2000s.
Facts. I was going to say, did he grow up playing tight end or something?
I don't know, man, but he's just
always
monster.
A quarterback.
Just freaking Wisconsin bred killer, dog. And the Steelers did their best, man. Listen, Mason Rudolph didn't have a terrible game. Went 22 of 39, 229, a touchdown and an interception. They could not run the ball at all. Najee Harris with 3 yards a carry on 12 carries. It wasn't clicking, which you kind of figured going into this. I think we both picked the Bills.
Yeah, bro, GG's.
A lot of people talking about what Mike Tomlin might do. Could they make a change at Pittsburgh? He's been there 17 years or something, so it's like, Is it time? What do we think? I think that Mike Tomlin just needs a quarterback, to be honest. He just needs a quarterback.
I was just going to say, bro. Listen, no hate, but Mason Rudolph?
Mason Rudolph, no offense to him or Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, that whole situation's weird to me. Like, he gets benched because he gets hurt, and then he doesn't get the job back. It's kind of the Philadelphia Eagles deal, which I understand, but it's like, give the guy a shot with a coordinator that isn't trash like the guy they got rid of, and we'll see what he can do.
For real. So
maybe next year they do that. I just think you need a quarterback. Maybe Kenny's that guy, maybe he isn't, but we'll see. We got a lot of QBs coming out, you know what I mean? Drake May will be there. Caleb Williams is probably going to be the number one pick, but Drake May, you never know. What is the other guy? Pinero? I don't know his name. The kid from Washington. Anyway,
I don't know.
Harry Pinero, shout out.
Harry Pinero.
HB without a saw. So yeah, we had that game. We also had. I'm saving one till the end. But we also let me get our schedule back out. We had also had. Let's look at the playoffs here.
Who's winning the predictions right now?
I don't even know. I think we're tied. Let's talk about the Lions and the Rams, man. That's
you got to remember the scores.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Lions and the Rams.
Lions and Rams. Let's go. No, you pick the Rams. For sure.
I went with the Rams, I think. And this was the game you expected for the first half and the game you didn't for the second. A little bit of both. We got a little bit of what we asked for and things we didn't know we'd get out of both teams. Now, a lot of people in Detroit saying this was the loudest they'd ever heard of an NFL stadium. Just different.
Detroit showed up.
Let me just set the scene for you, dog.
They went crazy with Eminem, bro.
Let me set the scene for you. 32 years since their last playoff win.
Since I was born,
dude. We weren't alive, son.
When was
Actually,
it?
I might have been. We might have been like
I was
out the womb. You might have been one, and I was out the womb with it.
Yeah, 92. I was born 91, so I wasn't even one yet.
Crazy. We're talking first home game since 94 in the playoffs, and the people were going crazy.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
That might win, but the first home game playoff since 94. Mike was making his first three-peat run. That's crazy.
The people were holding signs, was like, I literally have never seen this. I've been waiting my entire life for this. Imagine, now granted, it's one playoff game, but imagine the Cubs curse. Imagine the Boston Red Sox curse.
I'll tell you right now, you want to talk about craziness. Oh, my cat. Oh.
Damn.
That was crazy. The
Red
Sox, bro, when we broke the curse. Oh,
curse of the Bambino, man. What was it? How many years? 100 years?
Yeah, bro. It was crazy.
Insane, like 90 years. So imagine not only that, but the franchise doesn't have a Super Bowl. So this is a forever thing.
All that franchise has is players,
stories, and debauchery. Like the Motor City has been known for single players, disappointment, and where careers go to die. And Dan Campbell, say what you want about all the things. And remember, 2 years ago, people laughed at this guy, talk about we're going to bite people's ankles and we're going to bite their shins and we're going to bite their kneecaps. A lot of people laughing at that time, and myself included. I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
No, he's that guy.
But he is that guy. And you know what he did? Saw a video today. He was like, I need you guys to trust me. If I didn't think they were doing like full pads on like the first day of OTAs or something. And he was like, I need you to trust me. If we didn't need to do this, we wouldn't do it. But you just hear this, trust me. That's what he built in this program. He built trust in this franchise. He built toughness and trust. And that's what all of these people, all their players have in each other. Jared Goff basically shooed out of Los Angeles, made this game even better. Basically said, hey, listen, appreciate you, but you weren't enough to get it done in the Super Bowl. We're bringing in Matt Stafford. Fair play. They win a Super Bowl with Matt Stafford, but you don't think that's been on his mind?
Oh, yeah.
Matt Stafford coming back home. People booing him. Booing number 9 after what he gave to the city.
Crazy.
To be honest with you, I didn't mind it. Playoff football.
No,
deal with it.
Of course. Playoff football. You're in Detroit. I would expect nothing less.
People are like, how could you after you? No, bro. Deal with that.
That's what I would want if I was going in there.
If I'm Matt Stafford, I'm like, please boo me. Because you know what? It means that you guys are engaged. It means that what is happening here is a moment in time.
That's the correct energy.
You don't take that personal, I don't think. Because the love for the city is the love for the city. I know people that are Detroit fans that are Rams fans because of Matthew Stafford. So it's right. It is what it is. It's the playoffs. First time in 30 years they're hosting at home.
Yeah, bro.
Whatever.
This is bigger than you.
So anyway, game starts. The Lions could not be stopped on offense, son. Running the ball. They had the two-horned attack. Gibbs, Williams, back-to-back. Boom, boom, boom. Down the field, touchdown. Jared Goff finding people. Over the middle, down the sideline. They're playing some of their best offensive ball, but on defense, they make a big stop early. Get a field goal out of the Rams. The Rams are moving it. Puka Nacua just catching them all over the place.
Puka balling.
Matt Stafford slinging that thing. 14-3 game. Matt Stafford says, cool. Now my turn. Well, dude, I don't know what it was. 60-yard bomb.
Arm talent. Talk about arm talent.
Stupid.
Flippity dippity, just. Soup.
And let's not forget this. Matt Stafford banged up. The man came into that game.
I feel like he always hurt, bro. Whenever he gets hit when he throws, it just looks way worse bad, dude. Everybody. But banged up. Looked like his hand was broken or something. Because when he throws it, even though he knows he's about to get hit, he don't like throw and you throw like, and I'm gonna absorb this hit. He just steps into it and rips it regardless.
I said, by the way, Montgomery and Gibbs. I was like, Williams plays for the Rams. David Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs back to back with it. 2 touchdowns between the two of them. Jared Goff goes 22 for 27. You can call him a game manager all you want. He made winning plays, in my opinion.
Yep.
But Matt Stafford, like you said, went crazy.
Game winning manager.
Game winning of the game manager. Manager of winning games. But the big plays down the stretch, one of them was the hit on Matthew Stafford that looked like it concussed him. Got high load. Did you see his eyes?
That's what I thought, bro. I was like, yo, he was out.
Looked like he was out cold.
I think he just got rocked. That moment when you get stunned and they just capture it. Like when you get stunned.
Yeah. If you slow everything down in slow motion, it looks like that type deal.
He just got rocked.
He got hit hard. High load too. Got hit.
We call that getting your bell rung.
Haven't seen that in the NFL in a while, right? Playoff football brings out that little old school mentality. Refs start holding on to those flags and stop blowing those whistles.
They didn't throw no flag there.
Well, it's funny that we bring that up because there was a big play at the end of the game here. I think it was 3rd and some change, deep 3rd down, curl over the middle. Puka Nacua goes to grab the ball. Obviously, put a little high for Matt Stafford, but he's under pressure. We get an alternate angle. He gets a little jersey grab on the backside. Sensei, what are you saying? Was there a hold that was missed?
From our boy Sutton, too, who took out Higbee's knee. This is the second knee that he's took this year, too.
My boy Cam Sutton, ain't nobody going to disrespect him. That's a Tennessee alum, son. Ain't nobody disrespecting Cam Sutton.
You see what we did to Higbee's
standing
knee?
on business. Okay, listen. What are you gonna do in that spot?
I know. I don't know.
People are like, "Oh, he's a dirty player because he's taking." Stop throwing guys out of the game for hitting high. Then.
Well, it's not even that. I'm not gonna lie. You're a corner, and there's a tight end. You ain't going up high unless you a strong safety.
Facts.
Unless you big body like that, you're a corner. You ain't doing that.
Facts.
You ain't meeting up high. You ain't doing that. So I'm just saying that, but I don't blame him for that hit. But he like the straight kneecap. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
It's not his fault. It's the leg that's planted. If that leg's not planted, we're not saying nothing. It just happens to be planted in the ground, and he happens to be going at the same spot he would for any other play.
2 of them knees. He got 2 bodies this year on that one.
Toe tagging.
Crazy. But what
are you saying? What are you saying?
Was it a holding?
I mean, it was a holding, but are we calling it in that spot?
Yeah, for sure.
Nah.
Definitely, because listen, this is one of those.
If you call it there, then you call it for 4 straight quarters, dude, and you call it on every single time a pivot happens and there's a jersey grab.
Dude, ball released.
Can't do it.
Ball's in the air.
I promise you we can go find on film they're running 5 wide, and one of these whip routes, someone gets grabbed on probably 75% of pass plays.
That's how you throw it. I'm not mad he didn't throw it because, in my opinion, this is one of those ones because it's one of those plays that doesn't get called. I'm super mad that they don't call it if I'm the Rams, and I'm super happy if they don't go. You know what I'm saying?
You got it. You have a.
It's one of those.
You have an argument for both sides.
Thrown the flag
by the letter of the law. Yes, you should throw the flag.
Yes, bro, because he didn't allow. It's one of those things. Because there's someone
he came out of the break and he grabbed him.
But the grab was also as he was going to jump.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He came out of the break, and as he's coming out of the break, which is also his move into
he
jump
didn't
to get
elevate
the ball,
as high. He also didn't elevate as high.
It does affect the throw. It does affect the throw. But my point
no, not the
is,
throw. I'm talking about he couldn't.
I know it affects him getting to the throw. Is what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. So that for me, that's even more of a reason because when there's sometimes, let's say someone's on a break, and let's say they tug the jersey because you get them like on a move, whatever.
Yeah.
Then there's a release. Then there's a throw, and it's kind of like free up until the throw point. And to me, it's like that is less impeding on what's actually the catch being made.
Yeah.
You know, there's one thing if the ball's released and I'm running and then he tugs me while the ball's, because now I'm making a play on the ball.
Right.
So to me, when a play is being made on the ball and something happens, that's way different than like I'm doing a route and then you tug me early. Pause. And then it has no effect. Crazy. And it has no effect. Heavy pause. But that has no effect on like the actual play on the ball in real time. To me, I'm like, nah, bro, that's just don't throw that. But this one, bro, he's like, and that's a clear like, oh no.
Yeah, he got him out of the break.
It
was a nice route from Puka.
It's a clear, intentional. The ball's out.
No, he didn't. No. You got this one wrong.
Ball's about to be thrown. No,
he does not see the ball out. And he's like, oh, I'm beat. He pulls on his jersey on the breakdown to the curl. It just happens to be the timing's perfect there. Ball's
but his
a little
hand's
high.
still pulling as he's going up, bro.
Ball's still high, so the hand is there as he goes up, and the hand is still on the jersey.
But if you did you watch how he goes to like jump and he can't jump?
He gets off the ground, but he does not. I will agree with you that he doesn't get to where he probably could.
That's the main part where it's like, okay.
But is the ball catchable? And is another question.
Nah, bro. If you're doing that, I'm not gonna lie. if I'm the receiver,
yeah,
I'm fighting the ref. We fighting.
You're not fighting the ref. You're getting fined and suspended from the league if you fight the ref.
If I'm Puka, this is.
You're the best receiver on the Rams. You have the best year in football, and you swing on the ref. No, stop. No shot.
Listen, we ain't swinging yet, but we getting face to face. We fight.
You can't touch the person. You can't touch the zebra.
You got money on the game. You got something personal?
Okay, that's illegal.
This is a hate
you
crime.
Can't do that.
This is a hate crime.
That's illegal. You can't bet on your own game, freaking Pete.
Here's the other thing too. I get if there's certain flags. To me, it was the kind of flag that was thrown, right? Let's say it was like some stupid ticky tack, like a 5-yard pass interference, like illegal touch, whatever, some stupid crap, and then they call that, and he gets a 5 yards plus an automatic first down. That's stupid. They should not have called. Like, I think those are like dumb ticky tack. But we're talking about a play that it wasn't like, oh, he did a pass interference and it was somebody else and he tugged him and like a holding that was away from the call, away from the play. This was directly on the ball. The guy could have, like, we're talking about a guy making a play for the ball for the first down.
Yep.
And the dude impeded. Those are the ones that, like, especially for pass interference, that are legitimate pass interference.
Probably call a holding call more than a pass interference there.
Oh man,
because the holding does start before the throwing motion happens.
Oh man, but see, even if I think it's
automatic first either way though.
If he lets go before he goes up, but when I saw it, bro, he's going to jump and he's being like tugged. I'm like, bro, the definition
of pause. You're right. So anyway, we have. So the Lions move on. The Lions move on, and they're going to get, and this is a perfect segue, brother.
If I'm Lions, hold that flag, ref.
Yeah, we holding that. They're going to get, in their matchup, in the second round. Well, actually, to be fair, I actually don't know. I have to look. Because we're live as this is happening. Let's see. Eagles are right now playing the Bucs. The Bucs were up 16-7 last check. Ooh, buddy, it is 25-7 to the Buccaneers right now, son.
Buccaneers up 25-7.
And I think this is the game that I picked.
I think you picked the Bucs.
And you went Eagles here.
You picked Baker.
I went Bake Show, baby. Proving a point in Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay, son, taking over the city. Okay, we have that one. We talked about we didn't do a prediction for the Chiefs in Buffalo either, but we'll do that. So give me a score.
Ooh.
Detroit wins. What's the score?
Oh man, they're playing in Detroit, the Dome,
at home. Already got that first one under the belt. They did celebrate like they won the Super Bowl, which is always a little concerning, but I understand why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they just play in Tampa?
Yeah, they just played in Tampa.
Ooh. I'm not concerned about everyone else in the locker room, but I'm concerned about Baker.
Why?
He just won. Like you said.
Oh, no. I'm not saying they celebrated like they won the Super Bowl. I'm saying the Lions celebrated like they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Lions.
They set off fucking fireworks. Now, again, I understand why. I get it.
That makes sense.
It's a big moment but it's a big emotional moment.
I think you said Tampa did. I was like, wait,
no.
Bro?
It's a big emotional moment, though, for that city of Detroit. They finally got that over but you have to refocus. I don't think that Dan Campbell's going to not refocus. He's one of the...
Nah, see, Dan Campbell's that guy. He does this. He's going to refocus even more.
Yeah.
He's going to catch himself in the mirror. He's going to be walking across the damn mirror of the bathroom, dude, in his house. And, you better hold that foot off the gas. Like, bro, he's going to be down on himself, bro.
Yeah.
And he's going to be preaching that. This means nothing. I mean, he's going to be preaching that, bro. He's going to go crazy. He's the perfect guy for this. If you want anybody to make sure your team gets refocused, wants to get locked in, and doesn't let a moment get too big for them, this is the guy right here.
Give me Detroit.
No, do it. He's scoring.
27-21 Detroit. Crazy game. Literally ends. I'm going this deep. Literally ends on a Baker Mayfield incomplete pass at the end zone. 27-21.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout.
You think they're just going to stomp the shit out of that? Because here's
There's been so many. I just think that if Detroit gets something early, Detroit's going to explode.
Pause. But here's the thing.
Strike three.
I'm
out of there.
But
have a great night, folks.
But you could be right. It's going to be interesting to see how Tampa Bay plays from behind if they do get down early.
Hey, yo. All right. That's one strike for you, sir. See you right.
If they play very if you see them going 3 and out, it's going to get, you're right, it could get ugly because it seems
That's
like
what I'm saying. Yes.
The Lions do compound. Like they score, offense switched on, they go again. You know what I'm saying?
Detroit got to have no quit. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a close game, like Tampa's going to have to be.
But Tampa's won a lot of close games this year and kept games under 25 too. So it's another one where it's like
it's going to be different.
Playoff football does make some wild things happen. I don't mind that pick.
Second round in Detroit.
Divisional round, baby.
Because first round everyone's like it's too good to be true, and it ain't. Right now
to go
Detroit's
to the
going
NFC
crazy.
Championship, son.
Yeah, bro.
A lot on the line in that one. All right, talk to me about Kansas City and Buffalo really quickly before we move to our last one.
I got Buffalo. They were
Bills Mafia.
Yep, they
at
were my
home
pick.
too, by the way.
Yep, they were my pick early on, to win the Super Bowl, and I think
it can't happen again, can it?
He beats KC, dude.
It can't happen again.
He's got to beat Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes cannot come into town and beat Josh Allen on his home turf. It can't happen again because everything has built this rivalry to where we're at. Josh Allen not being able to get past the Chiefs. Is this the year? It has to be. They're ripe for the picking. Offensively, they're out of rhythm. Some guys are hurt.
But this is the perfect game for Josh.
Josh is rolling right now. And this is one of those things, though, where everything is perfect until it isn't.
And it's just like, what are you doing?
I know. Whoo, man, I want to pick KC so bad, dude. Just because I think that they know how to do this. And Josh Allen and the Bills don't yet. Even when they've had this year, even with the drama, even with the Swifties, even with the inefficiencies offensively. The rhythm being broken.
They
still got 15 under center and 87 out wide. And defensively, they're playing great. Colder weather environment doesn't really affect them. They just played in the coldest game in NFL history, one of them.
Facts.
Now, granted, here's the thing. And this is why I'm going to go Buffalo. Patty Mahomes doesn't play a lot of playoff games on the road.
He does not. That is correct.
Plays damn near everything at home. Let's see what you do on the road. Because everybody's had to go to KC. I want to see what he does on the road. And if he does this...
man's record is crazy.
Yeah, dude. If he does this, though, on the road, we already know he's him. We know this. He goes in and beats Josh Allen in the year that the Bills have finally put it together. Oh, nah, he's him, bro. But I'm gonna say this. Close game. Shootout. Nah, maybe not a shootout. Close game. I think, you know what? No, not a close game. I think it's close early, and I think the Bills pull away. 31-17 Bills.
Wow.
35-17 Bills.
Dude, I always get football scoring is always so tough. I always think it's going to be either
35-17.
It's a 30-something to a 20-something or a 20-something to a teen-something. It's like it's NFL.
I think what you think about the Detroit game is what I think about the Bills in the KC game. Starts out a little close, and then those Bills pull away.
Damn. More importantly, let me say this. I got Bills. Got 30-something to 20-something. I'm on that part. But I was thinking about this earlier. They were talking about Mahomes' stats, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And how he has, I think, one more win or the same amount of win as Aaron Rodgers, that he's got playoff wins.
Yeah.
He's got as many wins now as Troy Aikman had his whole career. And you're talking about he hasn't won a road game. If he does this against the Bills, what does Mahomes have to do to pass the one and the only
Boy, Tom
Brady to be the GOAT? Because some people already talking about Mahomes is like he's about to be the GOAT. I'm like, that's crazy.
I don't know. No, not yet.
But what is he? I don't think he needs to win 7.
No, I don't think so either. I think it needs
football,
to be.
There's so much more that lies. But what does he have to do? Because he has what? He has 2.
He's got 2. But I think that where you're going to
have. How long
have
has he been in the league for?
7 years. 8 years.
He's got 2.
I could be wrong. It might be 6 years.
His numbers are crazy.
But here's the thing. I think that people are always going to have this little thing with him because of the Travis Kelce and the Tyreek Hill, right? The weapons that Tom didn't have and still got it done, and playing as a lower seed. You shouldn't have to, we won more games. We were better. You shouldn't have to apologize for winning more games.
Yeah, no.
But it does give Tom a little bit of.
You can argue for Tom. He had Bill Belichick. He had
Andy Reid.
He had Gronk. Yeah, obviously Andy Reid. But I'm saying for Tom,
Tom didn't have Gronk for the first one or the second, did he?
I know. I'm not
or the third
for all of them. No, he didn't have him all. He obviously, but I would agree, and I'm just trying to be devil's advocate.
I'm not saying that Patty. This is why I said though I don't think he needs to win 7. I just think he needs.
Yeah. But Tom Brady, that defense,
4 or 5.
That defense was domination.
True. Teddy Bruschi,
for a lot of it.
Willie McGinnis,
for a lot of it.
Braves.
So you're saying what 3? I think more than 3.
4 or 5.
Yeah, it's got to be in. It's got to be in that crazy people. Because what is it? Terry Bradshaw got 4. I think he's the only.
Terry's got 4.
I think that's second place, right? That's second place.
No, Montana's got 5 or 6. No, Montana's got 5.
What?
Yeah, dude.
No, he doesn't.
Montana doesn't?
Montana got 4.
Oh, okay, 4. So him and Terry.
I'm pretty sure 4. 4 is second.
4 was
place.
the threshold. Okay.
Because I remember when Tom got 5, it was he was number 1.
And they put him on the Sports Illustrated with the hand. That was crazy. And then he put him on 6 with him doing this or whatever with it. He was like that with the 5 on him. He had this one on this hand. It was crazy.
I mean, he's the most winningest player, and also he's won more than franchises. Obviously, the most winningest.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. He's got more than every other franchise
ever because he has more than the Patriots.
Crazy.
So you say
4 with a little bit of what we're going to see this week. 4 with what he needs to have and again, it's not
remember
up
Tom
to his
also
control.
Beat him.
Tom also beat him, which is tough. You can't ever get that one back.
As an old man.
That's like saying, yo, Brian, you got to go get 10 because Michael beat you. And you know what I'm saying? You're not going to see. That's a different level of comparison. The GOAT beat you in the game. If you'd beat Tom, then we're talking a different, maybe he just need to get a couple more. And
yeah, because he didn't.
That's it. I beat you.
Tom beat him on the way out.
Tom beat him in Tampa Bay, dude, after they said he was washed.
New team, too, so you can't say Bill. You can't say any of that.
I think it needs to be some of these Tom Brady story-like games, and it's not up to him, unfortunately, but this is one of them. This week is one of them. Lower seed going into Buffalo, you got to get this one. You get this one, and you make the road, and you beat that Ravens team. You'd have to go, by the way, if the Ravens win, you got to go to Baltimore for the title game. You beat them on the road. Then we talk about who comes out of the NFC. Could be the Lions, could be that team up in San Fran. You beat them? Cool. Got that, but you got to do it a couple more times after.
Yeah, Batty's going to have to get, I think, 5. Because I think if you got 4, his name is next to too many people. And the gap between Tom.
But recency bias will put him up there, bro.
Listen, he's got a bit.
No one puts Terry Bradshaw in that argument. You'd put him with him and Joe. And people still go, is it Tom or Joe? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I shouldn't say people. There's a very small.
But the Steelers teams, you talk about.
We ain't talking about we talking about Patty. We ain't talking about the Chiefs dynasty. We talking Patty.
No, I know. I'm talking about like with Tom. So like I'm talking about talk about Tom Brady because he did it and then he won again without, right? So he gets all the credit for all 7 now. It was 100%. Questionable with the 6. As soon as he won at Tampa,
all Tom. And Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick went shit. Because you know what it was. Everybody knows what it was at this point.
Patty's going to need to get 5. Because I think he's need to separate himself from everybody else.
But it's also who you beat too, though. That's another reason Tom has a big time.
He's going to need 5, though. He's going to be like, I'm right here with you.
But even at 5, though, like Tom beat
and then some MVPs. If he can top him with some other things too.
Yeah.
And then obviously with the numbers are crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, but 5, then I might be able to.
Facts.
Start saying that Tom Brady's not the GOAT, but that's gonna be a tough.
It's gonna be tough.
Let's
talk about.
LeBron has a better chance. LeBron's got a better chance.
He's already done it. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's talk about the last game that I left off for the end here. As everybody knows, we had one more game this weekend. The Green Bay Packers walking into Dallas, Texas. I'm going through the big D and don't mean Dallas, son. That's a big time pause. Shout out Divorce.
Right.
You never heard that song? I'm going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. I can't believe what the judge had to tell us. I got the keys. She got the palace. No?
That sounds crazy.
It's Divorce. Okay. Before the AO generation, the big D was Divorce. Anyway, now it's something else, I guess. I don't know what you kids are into. Dallas Cowboys. 12-5 team. The number 2 seed in the NFC. Number 1 offense in the league. Top 5 defense in the league. Potentially 3 Hall of Fame offensive linemen. Dak playing out of his mind. And then the playoffs start. Jordan Love. The Green Bay Packers rock up on the road. Who is this kid, dude?
Release.
Accuracy. Look at the flick of the wrist.
Started with Aaron Rodgers.
Perfect segue.
From then on, we got this little flick of the wrist.
Son. Who better to learn under? He sat on the bench watching Aaron for 4 years.
The Packers have got the less developed quarterback, the new guy, on lock. They've gone from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love.
It's a little too quick. Crazy. It's a little too quick, I think, for Jordan. Let's see. But he's got all of the.
But at least they got this. That's
what I'm saying. At least he is checking all the boxes. Starts the year out 14-10. 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Ends the year with some stupid number, like 18-1 or something. And 10 of them being passing touchdowns. But just incredible numbers to end the year. He's locked in, gets into Dallas, and he does not stop the train. It keeps on rolling. He was carving up that Dallas defense like it was fucking Thanksgiving, dude.
Slicing and dicing.
It was like Dallas wasn't a top 5 defense. It was insane to watch. And not only that, they're running the ball. Aaron Jones went for 3 touchdowns on 118 yards and 20 carries.
Where was the defense, bro?
My guess is as good as yours. In Cancun. Straight up. They were in Cancun. That was the flight plan.
I don't know about you, but they don't believe in their quarterback.
Well, they also didn't create any turnovers, which was a big part of Dallas' defense this year. And also a big part of Dallas' offense. Create a turnover, good field position, score. Lighten up the box. But what you just said, it's hard to argue because when the bright lights are on, Sensei, and Dak Prescott got to be the guy. He can't just be a guy winning games in the regular season. He's got to be that guy on that team, America's team, all the lights, all the eyes. He continues to come up short. He is not the guy.
Yeah.
He's not. And I hate to say it that way. Dak was saying something, and again, it's not disrespectful. Dak's one of the nicest kindest human beings from what everyone says that's around him, does everything the right way, shows up to work, puts his hard hat on, good person, good quarterback, just not great. And in the NFL these days, you need great.
Yeah, you need greatness.
You have to. At the quarterback position, you have to have it or get the out of the playoffs because you're not going deep into you're not going on a run. You're not going to the Super Bowl. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So
he looked defeated, dude. That last pick six.
The first pick.
Yeah.
It was like he throws it to Brandon Cooks. That's fine. And you could argue there's a potentially PI or whatever you want to say there. But even then.
That was a PI. So that I don't
From
blame
that moment, I don't think it was a PI. I think it was a lazy route that got jumped. That's what I think.
Bro, he grabbed him and then jumped, bro.
He didn't grab him and then jump. There was a little bit of jersey pulling, but he went through him to get the ball.
His hands were wrapped here, and then he planted. He hooked him and then planted and jumped.
He jumped through him to get to the ball, yes.
No, but he hooked him, bro. That's a. Well, the only argument that I think people made was that it was within 5 yards. So
it was a lazy route, by the way, too. It was almost like Brandon Cooks didn't think the ball was coming to him.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna put that on Dak because he's like the way he hooked is okay, right?
No, I'm not saying that whose fault, whatever. I'm saying after that interception is when I saw defeat in the eyes.
That makes exactly. There's a defeat in the eyes. Then you saw like the last pick,
and the second one was complete. I don't know what you're doing,
bro. Pre-snap, he's looking.
Yo, CD, we ain't got you the ball. Here you go.
Post snap, we're looking. Pre-snap looking. Post-snap looking. The dude just dropped a couple steps into his drop. I was like, oh, yeah, you're throwing it right here. It was like the easiest interception I've ever seen. And even when there was a defeated look to him that, like you said, like greatness. And this is what I say about people don't believe in him. Guys that play a certain way. I just saw a clip of like Tua after the game went up to Patty and asked for his jersey.
Pack it in. Pack it in.
You are a fit. Listen, I know I'm a Mr. Nice Guy, but there's just some things.
Loser mentality.
We need a little bit of psych. We need some psycho talk.
Loser mentality.
I'm not gonna shake your hand because I'm too upset with this.
And people get upset at that.
Pick,
but it's the right.
I'm gonna take my helmet, smash it. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I'm gonna start yelling at my coach because, and again, it's not necessarily like it makes him is it the right thing to do, sportsmanship, whatever. It's a desperation to want to win the game. It's a level of competitiveness, a fire that makes your team want to run through a wall for you to do the little things that you say focus, the extra little energy that when everyone is this good at the game, when everyone's a professional, who's got the edge? And when young man out there is freaking flick of the wrist and balling, and sometimes that new guy, they want to win for him because he's a young guy, you know what I mean? But Dak's been that guy, and he hasn't come through. And now it's like, what is he going to be today? And then you see a little bit of
just a little bit of crack in the armor.
Maybe something on the sideline, and the energy's not there. Whereas, like, people talk about Tom Brady, even at 40-something years old, walking into Tampa, everything changed. So it's the intangibles that matter, bro. And I don't know if he's got those.
It doesn't look to be that way. And you put it the best way possible is the intangibles. Do you want to win for this guy? Does he make you believe, even when you're down 28-3, Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, do you believe in him?
Right.
They didn't get down that bad. They got down. He threw a pick. And it was like just life deflated. It was like Dallas was waiting for a reason to phone it in.
Yeah, to give up. Yeah.
To go, yeah, this is what we do, bro. This is the culture around here. Dallas Cowboys, like, yeah, sure, we believe. Yeah, this is our year. Oh, all right, well, I guess maybe not. 1 interception, 2 interceptions. Okay, I guess not. Yeah, it is a culture thing over there. And you could say it's built by Dak, your leader. You could say it's built by the leader of leaders, right at the top with Jerry Jones. I'm not saying that he wants to lose, but I am saying that there's something that doesn't change there. Doesn't matter the coach at this point. Doesn't matter the quarterback at this point. There is a problem with winning at that organization. And I think it has to start at the top, and it trickles all the way down. Mike McCarthy was a winning coach before he got there. Still a winning coach, but still an planted coach, in my opinion, by Jerry Jones, a guy that will maybe not push back on him as much. Maybe doesn't want that conflict. Maybe won't go to his office and say, Jerry, this is how we're drafting. Jerry, this is who I want. This is who we're going to get.
It's too manufactured, bro. Too manufactured.
Can't do it, man. And the belief in Dak, I understand because he had a great year. But every single time we get to the playoffs, like you said, you have a winner's mentality. And I'm not saying that some of these guys don't. Tua, I didn't hear that story. That's crazy. But Dak, it just feels like,
can I get your jersey after? And I think, and I think Mahomes was like, oh, I think he said I got to give it to somebody else, but I got you type deal.
Yeah, I got to give it to the actual fan that I promised I would give it to. The one that you're acting like right now, Tua. That's crazy to me. Can I get your jersey? After you get stomped out, can I get your jersey in the playoffs? Oh, regular season, whatever, dude. You're going to see him again.
Nah, bro.
Can I get your jersey?
That's not even if it's left out like the Kelce's. If you're my brother, nope.
No.
Nope.
Do it. Get him a clean one. I don't care. Later. Can I get your jersey? Hey, man, great game. I'm going to go back to Miami. By the way, can I get that off you?
Bro,
can you get a couple of them picks off you? That's what I'm asking. Can you get more than 20 yards down the field on one of these freaking go routes?
Why is that? Is the money too nice now? Is it they grow up different, playing the game differently?
Yeah, I think it's the second one. I don't know about the money being nice. I think it's the grow up playing a little different. Everybody's camaraderie. Everybody plays together. You know what I mean? You go to these bowl games, like, oh, we're brothers in arms. We all play the game. I do think
professionals playing.
Yeah, the game professionals. Like we're not
like when you like it's the gridiron was different when you just wanted you wanted to be a Super Bowl champion.
Dude, you
just wanted to be a winner.
Call us old heads.
People have that though. People
still have it. People still have it. Patty still has it. People getting upset. You saw people like, oh, look at him losing his composure. Yeah. You're damn right. Yeah. Shit ain't going right. I want my quarterbacks pissed.
Yeah.
You don't have to outwardly show it all the time. And sure, there's something to be said for composure, but when you have a guy that wants to win that bad, when you have Tom Brady screaming at freaking Josh McDaniels' face, we're about to do this. Nah, it was on you. Fuck you. That's what I need. When Peyton Manning's like, hey, Jeff Saturday, I call the plays. Shut up. Run block for me. You need that.
You know what it is? Maybe it's just maybe it's a talent thing, but when I say talent, it's a belief in your own talent. Maybe Tua, maybe a couple of those throws, maybe what he's doing, maybe he thought a little bit of this is on me, so he can't yell or carry that confidence because he feels like he's deserving of something.
Doesn't matter.
Some of the blame, you know.
This is
because there's guys like the greats, they
shooters shoot, bro.
It's hard to get on their case because they rarely make mistakes,
or
they rarely underthrow or do something, you know. And when they do make a mistake, they're outwardly on themselves, so it's easier for them to be outwardly on everybody else.
Or they just can walk through fire, dude. Or Kobe misses 20 shots, and he's taking number 21 with the same confidence he took number 20 with.
Yeah, and Kobe did say, too, when Kobe talked about that, like, how do you get so much confidence when you shoot and you miss more? He's like, because I deserve to miss those much, because when I go to the gym, I'm working better than everybody else. I deserve that leash because of the work that I put in. But again, that's they believe in themselves enough to be able to bet on themselves to play that way. And when you see someone is like defeated, maybe that's the energy that the rest of the team is not getting. You know what I mean? Like this guy doesn't believe in himself.
Don't even believe in himself like that. Yeah, I mean,
like you want a guy you're going to play with, you want him to be delusional.
Yeah.
In terms of that's why we love the Bake Show.
That's what I'm saying. I was just going to bring that up. I was like, look at Baker. That motherfucker will throw 3 interceptions and be out there 45 passes deep being like, give me the goddamn ball. Let's go.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston has that same mentality, but there's a little bit. Jameis is an odd case for sure. He is a shooter, though. He's J.R. Smith energy, bro. Shooter, shoot. But yeah, so listen. The Pack show, they come in, do what it is. Go, Pack, go. We're up 41-16 in Dallas at one point. You want to talk about embarrassing. You want to talk about franchise changing. If you're Jerry Jones and you don't go get Bill Belichick,
he ain't getting Bill. Bill ain't going.
I don't think it's a good fit, to be honest. But
Bill ain't going there.
But I think it is the number one call you make. I said this on my show on Wade's World when I was breaking this down. By the way, we're doing football over there now. I said, I don't know how good of a fit it is. One, because of the relationship. Bill already had Robert Kraft, and Robert pretty much went along with what Bill wanted for a long time. How long does Jerry do that?
Yeah.
How long did he do that with Jimmy Johnson? 2 Super Bowls, nobody over the age of 30, and Jimmy's out. And also, the same things that were a problem in New England are a problem in Dallas right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think Bill is fixing that. Does Bill Belichick fix them at quarterback?
No.
They're solid defensively, even though obviously Packs, they ripped them up. But I think that's an easy fix. Easier. Bill's not coming in and quarterback guruing.
That's the thing. We haven't seen Bill do it without a quarterback
Without
who
Tom.
has that. Without a quarterback who has that mentality. I'm not obviously Tom is the GOAT, but I'm saying without a guy.
Go back to Drew Bledsoe.
Who won't break. You know,
I'm saying you're not getting a guaranteed Super Bowl out of him.
Where Bill Belichick Tom is the guy, and he can go in the film room and get on his case, and Tom will be about it.
Yep.
Everything is predicated on that because that's your guy.
Yep.
So, and your guy got to be a little psycho too because you got to be able to run through a wall for him and happen to be your quarterback.
They don't make them like Tom, though. That's the thing. They don't make them like that. You do that to Caleb Williams? I mean,
that's what I'm saying because Bill had that
freaking painting his nails and stuff, dude. What are we talking
Bill,
about? I'm just saying, you do that to Caleb Williams, what happens, dude?
I know. I'm saying like Bill,
man crying on mom's shoulder after a loss. What
Bill, amazing coach, dude. Arguably GOAT coach, but also, like you want to play for Bill. You love the way how he approaches the game, how he prepares for the game, like super professional, cutthroat, all that stuff, right? All about the business. Mm-hmm. But then you take someone like you need to have your top guy to also be with it.
Yeah.
It just so happens that he happens to be the quarterback. So you got a perfect
name that guy right now on the Dallas Cowboys.
If you get a perfect marriage, you get 6 championships.
But who is that? Name that guy. If they were to go get Bill, who is that guy on the Dallas Cowboys right now? Who's that guy? Nobody, man. Nobody. So I don't know, man. They're. I mean, no announcement's been made as of yet. Maybe there's one going to come tomorrow. But as of right now, Mike McCarthy's still the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I doubt that stays that way. But let's get into our last pick, man. The Packers move on. We didn't talk much about them, but they played fantastic. Jordan Love playing great. They're going into San Francisco. Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, George Kittle, Fred Warner on defense. Got a week to relax. What are you saying?
Give me San Fran, bro. Is Bosa healthy?
I think so, yeah.
GG's.
It's a stacked team, man.
Bro.
Stacked team. And can win in a lot of different ways. Brock Purdy's playing well. This might get ugly. But if he comes out and has a little bit of the yips, not to say that he always does,
but just run to the left.
Facts.
I believe in Mr. Brown.
Facts, dude.
Left tackle. Uschek
on him.
Give me all that.
Yeah, facts. I think that
CMC.
I think this is going to be
good. Just tight end left.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking give me that 21 personnel.
Mm-hmm.
And we good, bro. Little handoff action. Get a little playoff working. You know what I mean?
Yep. Then play action over to Topskis. Debo, catch this one, go 70.
Oh, bro, little jet sweep. Get Debo in the run game. Little screen action. That's all we need to do.
Got a lot of ways to win.
Let him manage. Let him manage the game.
Damn, you calling Brock a manager? That's crazy.
Nah, but in a good.
That's what Cam said. That's what Cam said. You ain't wrong.
Exactly what Cam said in a good way.
I think this is going to be a fun game. I think Green Bay will put some points up, but maybe in some cleanup time. I'm going to go. Does San Fran put up plus 30 on Green Bay? Because Green Bay, man, what they did to Dak was super dope. Playing his own concept, going man match at the end of the routes. That was nasty work. Lock the people up, bro. Hold this cover 2 to zone man match. You come into my zone, you're mine. Crazy.
Gotcha.
Crazy shit. Give me 31. No.
Yeah, they're playing basketball. That's crazy.
It was so crazy to watch. 31. 21. 31-21, San Fran at home. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'll give you the 31, but 17. They don't make it into the 20s.
It's fair. All right, man. There's our picks.
They don't make it into the 20s.
NFL playoff talk. Picks are done. Sensei, let's Let's now get to the next part and probably the oh man, they're showing Jason Kelce crying and stuff. Probably the last part of the pod today. Let's get to the big news I made today, sir. Did you see what happened on Twitter when I decided to drop the hottest take of 2024, apparently?
I read your tweet, and I said, all right, I'm waiting for the pod.
You know what I'm good at? I don't even mean to be, but apparently I found out that I am. Going viral for all the wrong reasons. I'm the best at going viral for, I guess, terrible takes.
Yeah.
Opinions on things that apparently I have no idea about. And bad decision making. I'm the best at doing saying dumb shit to other people, even though I stand on business when I say things. I don't think it's dumb. And just in the worst way, going viral, I guess. And I don't even know if it's a bad thing. I think it might be a good, I don't know. But tell me what you think about this opinion. I had an opinion, Face Sensei, about a tweet
I'll tell you why. It's because it's like walking into the South, and I'm like, let's say I was like a college football player, and it's like, wow, this guy. Listen, we love this guy down here. I'm playing for Tennessee, right? But I'm not from the South.
Hey, be careful, all right? Be careful.
I'm playing for Tennessee. I'm playing for your Vols, but I'm not from the South.
Be careful.
I'm from somewhere. I'm from the North.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And I come down, and I'm like, I get on my first interview,
and
then after like the first game, I'm like the best thing ever.
Balled out of control.
This kid, all y'all going crazy. The fam's going nuts. This kid's gonna be the next Heisman. This is the best thing ever. And then I'm like, bro, Waffle House is trash, bro. It's the most gross food ever, bro. That's what
unprovoked.
Happened.
Just throws it out there.
This is what happened with you. This is what happened.
Yeah, bro. I've been told there are times I just need to shut up. Been told many times.
When someone's got to go, yo, you know that Waffle House opinion you got?
Yeah, bro, we gotta just. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It will never happen. It will never happen. I will never shut up. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. You don't like it? Hit me with a reply on Twitter or quote tweet me. Don't care. But
oh my God, roll this clip.
I know. It's just gonna. I'm just never going to stop. I can't. I like to engage with conversation. It's what I do. I can't not do that. It's fun for me, and also I believe in the things I say. People are like, "Oh, you're impression farming." I'm not. I mean, if that's what happens, that's what happens. But I don't tweet things I don't believe. So let's get to the tweet, bro. Let's get to the tweet. So Dana White had a. Are you watching this?
Yes.
All right.
I love your first sentence, bro. Oh my God.
Let's watch Dana talk about. This is Dana White talking about soccer, international soccer. That is the name of the sport. That is what I'm calling it.
Can't stand soccer. I think that it's the least talented sport on earth. There's a reason 3-year-olds can play soccer, okay? Run around and kick a ball. Yeah, Landsberg said, you wouldn't say that if you were in Brazil. I said, dude, I say this in every country. When you're playing a game where the net is this big and the score is 3-1, are you shitting me right now? You know how untalented you have to be to score 3 points when the net is this big? Now in hockey, you have guys on skates, right? With crooked sticks where they have to hit a puck into a net that's the same size as the goalie. Okay, that's a sport that the score should be 3-1. Can't stand.
All right, so there's the take from Dana. Now, before we even get into that, I don't agree about it's a low score. You're untalented if you can't make more points. That's not what I'm agreeing with, and I hope that's not what people thought when I tweeted that. Yeah. Because the goal is 18 feet, I think, but you're kicking the ball. You're not throwing it with your hands. You're not. Even though again, hockey is crazy.
No, I was gonna say. Hockey is just
that's its own thing.
Insane.
You can't even. There's not
you
even
have to skate.
You're on ice and on a skate like this thin, and you're hitting something with a stick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, dude. And the goal. He's right. The goalie is usually as big as the goal from like post to post. He's almost as big.
Right.
He could like double pad stack, and you're not getting that shot in. So that's not even what I'm trying to disagree.
You have to like know how to fight.
Yeah.
Like
contact, Also,
like,
you're playing a contact sport as well. Yeah.
It's not even a contact sport. It's a collision sport like football.
Facts.
Which means you're allowed to collide.
Colliding is a part of the sport. Yes.
It's like basketball and soccer are also both contact sports.
Contact.
But they're not collision.
It's good.
Hockey
It's a good
collision on ice. That's crazy.
It's a good reference. Okay, so this is what I said. Saw the take. I agreed with some of it, not others. I said, I've said this for a while. Soccer is one of the easiest sports to play.
That's crazy. The first sentence.
Let me clarify.
He said, I've said this for a while.
I have. You know that I've said this.
Yeah. Soccer is one of the easiest sports to play. Like it's like when you say it like that, like it's like you can say it like, I've said this for a while. Like,
do you think that's what people read?
No.
And just went straight to the
reply.
While.
Soccer is trash.
I didn't say it was trash. I said it's one of the easier sports to play. But that's what they read, yeah. So I said, now, that doesn't mean that at the top of the sport it's easy at all. It's not. At world level, you're a 1% athlete. Not everyone can play at that level, of course. But I do agree that it's one of the easier sports to learn and play.
Blah, blah, blah. That's what they like.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. That first part. Let me talk to you. So
soccer is the worst sport ever.
That's what they read. And it's because that I haven't played soccer, and I'm the ignorant American that I continue to get this pushback. But I also had another take that people didn't like, that I said American football is harder to play. I think it's a more individualized sport. I think you have to be a little bit more of a specialist to play it. And every position on the field technically has a different job that is almost completely separate from other positions on said field. Physical makeup and the ability to, at that physical makeup, be one of one makes it harder for me.
I got an argument there.
Go ahead.
And this is my argument.
I think I might lose this argument.
Certain positions,
yeah,
yes. But the overall argument that I have is that football at certain positions,
yeah,
is more genetics based than it is skill based. So
Can agree.
Where soccer is less genetics based and more skill based, therefore it makes it more difficult if you're taking genetics out of the equation.
Which I think you kind of have to.
If
right?
I'm not,
you
if I'm not 6'something", 300 pounds, I'm not playing the offensive line. I never can ever.
Which is
I'm not playing the defensive line.
Tough because that's part of the argument I make is that the reason it's hard to play. But you kind of have to take genetics out because if it's a sport to play,
like, yeah,
just play it. Right? We're not saying play it at the highest level. Just play it.
Right, but here's the tricky part about it. Soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since it's skill based. Mm-hmm. And not as genetics based, more people can play it,
which I think makes
that's kind of what leans into Dana White's argument because against Dana White, because he's like everyone can play it when you're 3. Well, since it's like a skill based, you can play a soft version of it, like you can baseball.
Right.
You can't play a soft version of football or fighting,
right,
or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But is it Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all I'm saying. Like, does
that make it an easier sport to play?
If you have really good genetics.
No. Does it make the sport easier to play if everyone can play it?
No, because look at golf. Your sport that you love. Everyone can play it, but most people are trash.
So I guess the qualifier is level of play.
Yeah, because most people can play golf. Like old people play golf.
I agree with you.
You're not athletic as all.
It's one of the easier sports to play as well.
Right. That's why it's like when you say easier.
This is my point.
It's like
I didn't say at the highest level it's an easy sport to play. And I agree.
But the problem is you're like, well, a lot of people can play. Everyone can do it. I could probably do better. But it's like, yeah.
Hey, whoa. I didn't say the last part.
Not just you. I'm talking about I'm referencing.
Because you're going to get me in trouble. This is what I'm saying. You're going to get me in trouble. Yeah. We gotta be careful.
Like, bro, like think about like ping pong, bro.
Easy to play.
Like anyone at a family gathering can pick up a ping pong battle and go. But I
don't know. Hold on. I don't know that you can get the ball and just serve it or return it. Like there's not many people that can pick up and just return.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. But
serving it, you could probably.
Like, right, but like I guess
it's so hard to do this argument though, right? Because you could just like, oh, you can't do it. Let's put a measure out there.
But I agree. I want to say this. I'm gonna make my statement though. Football at certain positions, yes.
Let's name the positions. Because you have to take punter out. Honestly, one of the bigger arguments that I thought was a great argument against me were people walking into the NFL, even on a practice squad level, and playing like defensive line.
Right, because it's genetic based.
Brock Lesnar, freak.
Right. So you can argue that like it's very difficult to be able to get that because it's so hard to achieve that level of fitness. But I'm just arguing that most of that is genetics.
So it's like the skill side of that position. Even though you don't see those guys usually succeed, there are outliers. What's the guy? You just sent me a TikTok of him the other day. Nigerian Nightmare.
Was it Okoye? No,
yeah,
what's his name? Okoye, yeah.
Freak. Comes in, does his thing.
And what happens is that maybe there would be more people playing that position, but there's just less people there because they're genetic freaks.
True.
Right? But again, it's tricky. But like quarterback,
I don't think that you will ever have anyone that hasn't played the sport come in and do that at quarterback.
Yeah, no, that's
a one of one.
Impossible.
But their argument, a lot of the people's arguments were, well, wait, no one.
See, like DB is not as difficult because there's no ball skill really involved. Very little ball skill. You don't need ball skill.
You don't need ball skill. You need quick feet, good reaction time, center of gravity, straight line speed, and agility.
You could argue receiver.
Receiver, you have to have ball skills.
That's what I'm saying. Receiver, you could argue in terms of certain positions in soccer. You could argue
like a receiver, like a soccer player could come and play receiver. Potentially.
No, I'm saying that receiver could be the more difficult position because it's hard to say football.
Oh, you're trying to find a one-to-one comparison for what soccer players could actually come over and play.
Or vice versa. Like, yeah, like when you say football, which one's more difficult? Which one's more difficult? You can't just say football. Like, you have to do it by position.
Right. That was the problem, too, though, is because
I can run off on kickoff.
Right. You could be a gunner. You could be a holder. You could be a punter. A lot of the soccer players could come over and play punter. And that's probably the big chink in the my armor here for the argument. That
like
you could walk over and
football.
Do that. Pat McAfee was an all world punter. He was like a soccer player in high school.
It's like that's what I'm saying. You can play on a football team.
Yeah.
But the skill gap for the players on a football team is the craziest gap on any sport ever.
I could agree with. I mean, that was part of the basis of the argument.
Right. So, like, I think it's just position based. Like, you can't make
that was the problem that I made was
so many holes in that.
Exactly. Was generalizing when I was asked about, because that was the first thing, like, oh, a hand egg. And I went, stop. Individual sport, so many different responsibilities, completely different individuality. Because another thing I said was there's a generality in soccer that everyone as a baseline has to be able to do. Kick a ball.
Yeah.
Right? Which does, if Cristiano Ronaldo, this is probably going to get me flamed again on Twitter, whatever. If Cristiano Ronaldo, at a lower level, not Premier League, not in world level, had to play defender, could he? At a lower level? I think so.
Yeah, it's similar to basketball in that sense.
Right.
Soccer is similar to basketball.
Even probably to a degree goalie. Maybe not in any high level.
Like you can get positional changes in the flow of a game essentially if you had to.
Right. Which I thought made it easier to be a pick up and play sport. But
for sure. Football is the one game that if you're trying to play organized is impossible unless you're really organized. If you're going to say which sport is hard to prepare for to play a game and which one is more difficult to execute an actual win, it's football 100%.
I would think.
It's the most difficult. The preparation that goes into
You know who's going to kill us, by the way?
It is not free flow whatsoever.
No, but there's an argument, I guess, to be made for soccer having set plays and, in the free flow action, how do you adjust? And those things are 100%. Make those arguments.
Yeah, but so does basketball.
But we're not saying you need to
We're not talking about 200 plays on the freaking.
Right.
What are we talking?
Yeah, bro.
What are we talking about, dude? Split second
adjustments, quick decision making.
The margin of error.
Yeah.
Is way higher in football. The margin of error in football is insane.
I agree.
Like
it sounds like you're agreeing with me, by the way.
That's why we call it a game of inches. No, it's when you're talking about the individual athlete, like. You're talking two different things. Like the game itself, like football, in comparison to soccer, I would say that football is more difficult of a sport because of you talk about coaching, right? You're talking about coaching, preparation, in-game adjustments.
And again, it's a team sport with individual responsibility on everyone.
Right, and the specifics of each position is even crazier.
You have specific set position coaches, team-specific coaches, 3 sides of the ball, essentially. It's almost 3-dimensional chess when you're playing.
Yeah, I've had this weird theory that where I feel like wherever possession,
I think you've said this.
Either less important or more important determines the difficulty of the game.
If possession is less important, it determines the game. Give me an example.
It's easier. Like basketball, right? Possession constantly changes.
Yeah.
So your ability to score increases.
Yeah.
So this means possession is not as important.
Yeah.
Therefore, the level of play, the intensity of play, if you make a mistake, the margin of error is less.
Fair point.
Because possession is not important. In basketball, I can go down there and go, it goes out of bounds. No big deal.
We'll get it again in 20 seconds, yeah.
Right. Football, you lateral it once.
Facts. It's a change. It literally will change the game.
You 5-yard penalty on first down.
Changes your drive.
15.
Changes your
fired.
drive.
You're going home, son. Right?
But here's the thing. The argument could be made of missing a goal being a change of possession that's a massive change of possession, right? Because you don't get many shots on goal.
You don't get many shots on goal, but I'm saying the in-between, and also this had to do with like watching the game, but when change of possession, because then like only the end of the game was really important. Whereas like football, with people who actually know the game, it's more intense throughout the game because the possession is so much more important. So you can get excited about change of possession when you actually know the game. But like if you're watching like soccer or football and possession changes, it's not that crazy.
It's part of the game. It's like, okay.
Because possession changes so often.
Yeah.
Right? And the same thing, obviously there's less shots on goal.
And we're not saying, by the way, that possession isn't important in soccer. We know that it is. What we're saying is
I'm saying there's less important.
There's a level of importance in football that makes possession.
It's less important in basketball.
Yeah, basketball is the least important possession game ever. You can have 13 turnovers per half and still win a basketball game.
That's why they got high-scoring games. Yeah. That's why they rely on dunks and highlights to pursue their game, right?
So yeah, that was the take that sparked pretty much everyone in the UK to get on Twitter and get on that ass for your boy. So pause. So
yeah, I agree with your take. It's just your case. No bueno, dude.
Yeah, I didn't present it the best. I don't think
it's one of the easier sports to learn and play. I said, oh no.
I think it is, to be fair, because again, the pick up and play nature of the sport. But I didn't say it was the easiest to get the best at. Didn't say that.
Right. Yeah, I know. But I feel like I can make a football team faster than I can make a soccer team because I have to be able to be good at. Like again,
you have to be. It's the one thing you have to be good at.
Speaking,
you have to be able to kick the ball.
Well,
that's the biggest. That's the biggest entry of the bearer of entry. Like
fast, you need endurance. You got to be able to move. Like if I was,
but I'm saying if I go out and get a bunch of 10-year-olds, I could put together a 10-year-old soccer team pretty quickly. Will they be good? I don't know. But I think the only thing is, hey.
But if I get a bunch of big freaking, I got 5 big bullies. That's my offensive line.
You might have to search a couple of schools though. This is what I'm saying.
I can handle them. Well, that's what I'm saying because that's a genetic thing, bro.
It ain't just genetics though, too. You got to find a kid that can throw the football. How many kids? How many kids are out here slinging? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see the game manager, son. I see the little Brock Purdy in my life. You know
true.
Game manager, we good.
True. But then the discussion shifted, Sensei.
Oh boy.
The discussion shifted to why don't you do it? Since it's so easy, why don't you do it? Which is always kind of how these things go. And I'm down. Let's do it, bro. I'm 100% down. I'm taking any and all requests. Someone help me do this.
Which ankle did you
my right
destroy
one.
Already?
My right one.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, the left one's coming next, dude. Hammy, right, all that.
You're gonna kick that ball with just your toes, and your ankle is going to.
Oh, I'm not gonna. No. Here's the thing. I responded in a tweet. By the way, did you see some of the athleticism I showed after this?
I saw the golf.
We're just gonna show it really quick. I just want you to rate the athleticism because this was.
I love how you use a sport that also everyone could do. More
this was
so
the point
than soccer.
This was the point. I wanted
more
to show
people in soccer.
No, 100%. But I wanted to show, and I tried to make it sound like it was a harder sport. Which, to be fair, golf is tough. It's frustrating mentally.
Yeah, skill based for sure.
But I wanted to pick a sport that a lot of people also do, and can do. And I just wanted to show people listen, my athleticism started to get questioned. Oh, you would get slide tackled. Oh, you'd get rocked around by dudes with beer bellies in the Sunday League. And I just wanted to make sure I stood on business with who they were dealing with. It's a top tier athlete.
You would, though. We would get bodied.
We'll see. Sensei, can you see this? I just want to make sure.
I'm watching.
Okay. So just so everybody knows that watches this on the breakdown, this is the level of athlete you're dealing with, okay? Sensei, I want your review. Okay. People are questioning my athleticism, saying that soccer would be a hard sport for me. This is golf, one of the hardest sports there is. You're hitting a ball with this little mallet, but top tier athlete, that's what I do with it. 3 iron off the tee. Look at that view, by the way, huh?
Because I want it. That's amazing.
Roasted it. Roasted it. Like I said, look at that cake. Top tier athlete. I mean,
bro,
what are we doing here?
The first part of this clip needs to go viral. For example, you just hit play again.
Okay. You gonna break this down for me?
Just hit play.
Okay. People are questioning my athleticism.
And right there. Questioning my athleticism, and he's holding a golf club. He's golfing.
Listen, you want to know what a top tier athlete does? I didn't play professional golf. I just picked it up.
Listen, I went golfing.
By the way, I didn't practice for this round. I just walked on.
I went golfing with my the person who's been teaching me to golf is Alana's grandfather.
You got a teacher?
Yes.
I know you've been practicing.
It's my granddad-in-law.
Yep.
He's been my player coach.
Yep.
Guy. And when I go there, also people who look essentially just grandmas and grandpas.
Decrepit, yes. The retirement homes are froth at the golf course.
Now, skill-based. But I love how y'all be questioning my athleticism.
It was the perfect time. I was already on the course when all this was happening. I was like, no, I have to.
Look at this golf swing right here, brother.
I had to. Roasted it, though. Hey, that's PGA Tour level. Your boy hit it 270 down the right side. Hooked up in the fringe. Your boy birdie putted.
I couldn't tell. Off the frame, it looked like he shanked it. But
No. That's what's called, listen, this is what's called hitting a draw. All right, buddy? Don't make me pull out the proof because I had it. The proof was in the pudding. Listen, your boy Keem tried to come at me and say, yeah, you definitely hit it in the tree, right? had to show the receipts. You know what I mean? Had to show, listen, right here, right side fringe. Second shot I wasn't on the green, but second shot went in the bunker, I will admit, but I got out the bunker.
Man.
Made my birdie putt. Thank you. Little par 5, 470, 500.
I'm dead.
Slight work. Now listen, with all these questions of my athleticism, of my ability to play soccer, I put out a PSA.
What'd you say?
Well, one, I said I don't hate soccer, just for people that understood that. I was like, don't hate soccer, just so everybody knows. So I said this, it's been settled. I will be trying out for a Sunday league this year.
Oh, buddy.
Goalie makes the most sense, so I'll do that.
Really? I feel like a defender or something.
Yeah, no, well, here's the thing. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a hedge to be able to use my hands because, let's be honest.
Goalie's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but think about what I naturally would be best at.
Wade needs to have a fake ID. He needs to have a fake ID that says he's like 35 so you can play the 35 and up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even know somebody who's like, the fact that you think you have to try out for the Sunday league, I don't know how it works. But
it's definitely going to be a pay to play.
Oh, listen, it better be pay to play, but also I better be getting paid to play. I'm talking contract status. Give me a 10-day, bro.
Listen, they're not letting you play goalie. I'll tell you that right now.
Why are they not letting me play goalie? What do you mean? That would be more impressive.
We're going to lose.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm going to have to walk into a team that is going to have to put up with
Grandpa's going to be like, listen, take Wade out. Wade, you're going on defense.
Yeah, but defense might be the hardest one, they said. I mean, to me, the hardest thing would be striking.
Why so?
To me, the hardest thing is striking.
Why would?
But I guess because another thing that I ran into with this post was the physical fitness side of things. Oh, you guys play a sport that's 6 seconds and then you take 30-second breaks. Or, oh, baseball players can't run a mile. I can train to run miles. You've seen me run. I can run for a while.
You'll be fine.
But I'll be tired for sure. But I think it's the combination of start, stop, and long distance running at defense. Like having to stay in front of shorter, more quick, agile guys with the ball at their feet probably is not a fun time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're getting your ankles took, son.
That's why I'm not playing defense. I'm playing goalie. You know what I'm saying? No, I will try
bro,
all
goalie,
the positions.
You're going to be like this. And they're going to fake you out, bro. They're going to be hezzying.
I don't think they get hezzy. If they're close enough to me to be hezzying me, then it's already a goal.
Nah, bro.
Then that's on my defense.
You're going to be mad aggressive. Wade's going to be diving, and they ain't going to be kicking the ball yet, bro.
No. Come on now. Don't disrespect me.
I think you're gonna get more. You're gonna get clipped way more at goalie than at defense.
No, if I play defense, I'm getting my ankles.
Put your body into him. You know what I'm saying? You can put your.
I'm gonna get physical for sure.
You could take one of those yellows, a couple of the yellows a game.
I only get 2 of them though. I only get 2.
They go to nutmeg you. You throw your shoulder into them. Like I play safety, son.
Yeah, hold that one, buddy.
So that's what I'm saying. You could do that. You can get a little bit more physical.
I think that's what, by the way, American soccer is a lot more known for is their physicality. Makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you could. You just be mad aggressive.
Well, I could, but I'd also that would lead to the ultimate ankle taking. You know what I'm saying? That's that football player playing basketball type shit. You know what I mean? I can't have that happen. And I honestly, I don't think that I will be as bad as people think. I'm dead honest. I don't think I'm going to be as bad as people think.
You're giving up 7 goals first game.
How many? 7?
7, dog.
I bet I don't give up more than 5.
Listen, you have to understand, in rec leagues too,
they're nice. They're nice with it.
They're nice, and just like basketball, they don't got the athleticism, but their skills get better because they've been playing for years.
Yeah, old man hoopers type.
So they nice with it.
So what are you saying? I don't play goalie? You think I play center back or something?
Nah, you gotta get lost out there on the field to start.
I'm not trying to get lost in the sauce, man.
So you gotta be in a position that can kind of
Maybe this is what I'll do. I'll find my position. I think that's fair enough. Give me some time to find my position. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And people have already DM'd me acting like I would say no. I don't know why people thought I wouldn't stand on biz. They were like, "Oh, I'd love to see you try." Like some bigger names in the scene were like, "Oh, I'm like, let's do it. I'm down." It's not an issue for me to go in and look stupid. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, facts.
But if I surprise you a little bit, if I save one of them goals, if I steal the ball off one of these strikers, or I save more than a couple goals,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like you have a better chance playing defense rather than.
Oh, I'm not acting like goalie. I can go in. No. The goalie thing is me trying to make a point. If I can go in and save a couple goals, the whole sport's in disarray. It's now soccer. If I come into a Sunday league and I get me one of these,
this man
at the top 90.
He's talking like he's Francis Ngannou knocking down Tyson Fury. He's like, bro, soccer's done. I ended the sport.
No. You will have to call it soccer if I do that. From then on, it is no longer football. It's soccer. If I come in and go top 90 with the right hand, LeBron at the rim style, and give you one of these Mutombos after, it's over with, dude.
Oh yeah, it's GG's.
It's over with. I'm doing that. Listen. I'm gonna get a shirt made. I'm saving that.
I'm hyped.
I cannot wait. To do
you
this.
Get a save, then you make the shirt.
No, I'm making the shirt before I make the save, and I'm putting it on while I'm in goal. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. Either way, I think it'd be fun, man. Listen, there's no malintent behind my tweets. I hope everybody knows that. I do like to spark discussion, but I believe what I said, and I'm standing by it. We'll see. Let me play a Sunday league. Whoever is watching this, the powers that be.
You're in Cali too? You're in Cali?
Yeah, I'll take a flight.
Damn.
Ain't nothing. I'll take a flight. I'll take an 11-hour flight. I won't even go to bed. I'll take the 11-hour, go and play off the plane, son. If that's what needs to happen.
Playing in the UK?
They want me to come out there and do it. It makes sense.
Oh, wow, yeah.
For a video, whatever. I have no problems with it. Let's do it. Go. And this is honestly, I talked to you about this before we started recording. This would be a fun move for the main channel. Trying different sports.
That would be amazing.
Seeing how good of an athlete I really am.
That would be amazing.
Right? For all these sports that are out there that, quite frankly, a lot of Americans don't play. And listen, I get it. The ignorant American. I'm trying to not be that. Listen, I do a lot of talking. That's fine. but I will also show up and show why I'm ignorant or why I'm not.
Right.
I'm willing to put in the time to be proven right or proven wrong. So you can call me an ignorant American. You can say that I would never last in this and that, but I'm willing to show up. And I'll ask some of my UK cohorts, if I'm willing to show up and try your sport, how many of y'all are willing to come over and play a little hand egg? Because listen, I got connections. I'm talking to the man.
Put on the pads.
Put on the pads and come play with the Haverhill Hitmen. Listen, semi-pro, this ain't no high level, but I got my man right here. So if I'm gonna go do it, let's see how many people come across the pond.
Listen, we got someone from Australia who plays on our team. He flies over and plays with us for the season.
Okay, that's crazy. That man taking 10-hour flights to come play semi-pro.
But he comes in and stays here for a little bit.
Works a little bit, does his thing, and then, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's a question. You want to come across the pond? I'm ready. I'll fly out to Mari if we get it set up. I'm down. But like I said, it's all in good fun, man. I'm excited. Make a meme out of me if you want, but I'll show up. Okay, Sensei, I think that's it. I didn't ask for questions once again. Let me check the email, make sure that there's none. All right, last part of the podcast today, Sensei, back to influencer boxing. You told me that there was some sparring footage out of the main eventer of Misfits 12, which is coming this Saturday, by the way. Ed Matthews, mystery opponent.
Yep. Against the former main eventer.
Yeah, this is true. Against the guy that was supposed to main event in HS Tiki Taki. Now, we don't know anything about who Ed is fighting. To be determined. We're going to do our predictions on Thursday, but let's take a look, because this was apparently actual sparring. I don't see any headgear, and I look like these two are throwing. So we'll see what happens here.
So it's not just you, bro.
It's just me that's disrespecting and degrading the sport and should never be allowed back in. So here is Ed Matthews and HS Tiki Taki. That name does not get easier to say. In a spar. Into the body.
Throwing.
Come on, walk, come on. Good, I'm on the road, come on, walk.
Woo!
Look at Tiki Taki
rolling with that.
It's like he's coaching him right now.
I know.
And he has no fight experience, right? No combat.
Hey,
little slip through.
Not any official experience, but I mean, listen, some guys just have it. He might just have it, because I don't know that he has a ton of experience, but every time I've seen him interact, has it. I'm like, oh, okay.
He slipped and then said, "Come on."
Like, not everything is.
Ed looks.
Not everything is
and demoralized.
Yeah, not everything is. And by the way, I think HS is like 215 pounds. Ed like $160. So yeah. I get it. Also about 6'2" to 6'3", and Ed not that. But HS, nice shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? Sliding away from punches, protecting his chin.
Yeah, you can tell he's new. It's a little awkward, but he's doing the right things.
But the ideas are correct.
Shoulders lifting up, you know what I'm saying? Getting out of the way properly of strikes.
The ideas, the fluidity is correct. We got more here. Let's take a look.
And talking to him. Thanks. He said, come on, work.
It's spicy in there, Ed.
Body's open. Body there, body.
I love this.
Look at Tiki Taki coaching him.
I love it, dude.
He stopped and said, head down. You're coming in all, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. Do it again.
It's all wrong. Do it again. He's got a coach. His coach is holding the camera, and Taki's like, nah. That's so funny.
Look, he's sliding out the way too. He's like,
he gets clipped here with one nice one through the guard here. Nice little right hand from Ed.
Tiki Taki eats those though. Little jab skis.
He ate the fuck out of that right hand.
Ate that.
He didn't. But you listen to it because he goes good afterward. Because again,
that's how you know it landed.
Yeah.
Relax, bro.
Yeah. That was like 6 of them.
That was nasty, dude.
I think the last 3, by the time he was saying good the third time, he realized he was saying it.
Yeah, at that point you're like, oh shit, go back to coach mode. But that was a shot. Hey man, listen, fair play. You out here with no headgear doing it. And Ed is not pulling punches. That was a right hand.
No,
that was the same right
he's
hand.
not.
Left. Well, he put Swarms
tell
down
Ed's
with
that
the
kind
hook,
of guy, though.
Nah, Ed just going in and
guy.
scrapping. I love it though. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot of guys that'll just turn it on and go. You know, no fear there at all. All right, let's check this one out. What do you predict the coaching is this time from HS?
Working the jab. Get behind the jab.
You're just throwing without looking, like. Yeah, because that was like, he's on the ropes like this and just goes straight through you, just knock you out. You're coming in with your hands just, you need to keep like, you know what I'm saying? Take.
I mean, listen, he's not
Talk to
wrong,
him,
bro.
Ziggy.
He's not wrong at all.
Go back. I love how he planted that right hand perfectly. He was like,
Yep.
like left it there.
Yep. It's like it's show and tell. It's legit show and tell.
Bro, look at this. His head. Look at Ziggy talking. He just goes.
You're just throwing without looking.
It just transitions so smooth into coaching, bro. It's so funny. Just transitions so smooth.
Like, wait, younger student or like a younger brother, and you're just like.
That's what it is. It's a younger brother.
I told you.
That's what it is. Because
Yeah,
these two are homies. Like they're really good friends.
Yeah.
And I love this. By the way, HS is not wrong. And
I
most
know,
of the stuff
bro.
he's
HS,
saying, he's on point with
like
it.
he's saying, he got it.
Like,
bro.
don't come in with your hands down. Keep your chin down when you're throwing.
If HS like really puts it together,
This is a guy we're excited about, dude.
you can tell that he already. You can tell
And
that
he's got hammers.
He's
Like,
I say he can already punch hard. He got power, right? He's got good defensive awareness. He's got good fight awareness, clearly.
you saw that
Like,
video
just, like,
that
pure
he
fight
sparred
awareness.
with Ginty and took his life from him.
Yeah, he's like, all right, listen, like, keep your eyes up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
Don't just keep your chin down. Like, you got to, like, he's a wherewithal. Like, even there, like,
verbal-
Ed's throwing real punches.
Yeah.
And he just, like, you got to.
Counter
like,
right
he's
hand,
aware of
boom.
what's going on.
Right.
Boom. You listen. Then he's coached right away. You can't be.
Straight into it. He goes, like, you see what you did.
Right here with it.
And that's the thing. Verbalizing it, the technical terms, he doesn't quite have, but he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He knows it without having the I don't know, instincts, man. He's got, I love this. This is phenomenal. Dude, I can't wait for HS,
got
man.
it.
But again, I'm also excited for Ed because Ed's a wild man.
You just throw without looking.
I
And
love
HS,
it.
they see HS, eyes open.
Eyes
You
open,
see
aware.
everything.
Didn't feel in danger at all. Let it go. See, this is what I love to see, man. This is why I said, we were talking about it. These two running the scene, start taking over.
bro.
Not even
I
as
think
like,
it's-
put them in a tag team, but just a nasty 1-2
they're a
punch.
great
You know,
concept.
I'm holding the belt here,
Yeah.
you holding the belt there type shit. That would be
Yeah.
sick, bro. And you know both these
Listen.
guys could play that villain role, too. They could talk that talk and walk that
HS
walk.
said he wants it. He wants this to be like a 3-4 year thing
I love it, man.
where he develops in fighters
love
and
it.
opponents, and then gets to the bigger opponents because he's got everything you want.
Personality, size, frame, knowledge, want to. He's out at he's at Shoot Fighters now, running up the freaking air assault bike. This is phenomenal
yeah.
stuff, dude. Phenomenal stuff.
Let's go.
Just in a unit too, bro. Jesus. Okay, so yeah, man, that is all the footage we have currently of Ed. Also, by the way, you saw that they're not going to be with the PBA. They're going to go in and use a different organization.
Yep.
Crazy to try to enforce a disciplinary action on Ed without any proof of anything. Crazy. You're going to have a disciplinary meeting on accusations of steroid use. Test him. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Just
that's
test
all.
the guy.
Do it. Move on.
After they didn't test him for the last fight. Sketchy.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, bro. I heard they might have some legal action on their hands too, but ain't none of my business. So that is what we see from your Misfits main event. We'll come back and do predictions, but that's the show for today, Sensei. Anything else you wanted to tell the people before we get out of here, man?
Nah, bro. Listen, just look out for Wade on the soccer field.
Are you coming to the UK with me so you can point and laugh with him?
Oh yeah, I'm doing one of these, bro.
You're doing good, sweetheart.
I'm doing one of the, yeah. Okay. There you go. I got the orange slices for after the game, okay? Oh, it's okay, honey. You're doing great. You know they do one of those?
Yep. Doing great. Yeah, it's going real well.
Keep your chin up.
Yep.
To keep your chin up.
Yep, it's going real well.
Doing one of these.
Yep.
One of these soft claps.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. But thank you to everybody that's watching, that's listening. We're trying to really expand this back into podcast land. So make sure you guys rate the show on Spotify. Still working on Apple Podcasts. They're playing hard to get with us. But if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below how many goals I will get scored on me if and when I get between those posts. But that's it for the breakdown, folks. We don't have the answers for everything we talk about. All we know is that we'll be here every single week to find it.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off.